Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 6th through 19th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact details.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Before you know it, beautiful spring weather will be here. One of those few times of the year when we can finally open our windows and doors and let the fresh air in. But your old single-pane windows and doors take all the fun out of it, right? Replace them with the latest beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient, Acclaim impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Don't just take my word for it. Kathy says Renewal by Andersen did a great job. Happy with all the work. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. And a bonus. First 50 callers save an additional $25 per window. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Bike Week is right around the bend. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week, February 28th through March 9th. They've got food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership located next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennium.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new, and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a big program for you this afternoon. Here in just a few minutes, we're going to interview Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. 4 o'clock hour, it's Animal House. Emily Geist and Chloe from the Central Florida Zoo drop by. We'll also talk to Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. These tourism dollars we've been talking about for years may have some movement finally. 5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. Daytona 200 tickets plus Novocaine Advanced Screening 4DX Motion tickets available as well. We'll end it up with Ross Padgett, and you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Miss Deborah Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, doing business is Jack Bradshaw.
Hello there.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social media. That's Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. Find us on X at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe while you're there. You can also send us a talkback if you'd like. We do that every single day. Just get that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send it on down the line.
That is after you have made us your number one preset.
Please do that. We appreciate that very much, guys. Without
it helps a lot.
Further ado, one of the most legendary guitar players in the history, of course. If you live in America, there's no way possible you haven't heard a Get Down Boogie ZZ Top song. Guys, give it up good and loud for Mr. Billy Gibbons.
Yay! Woo!
Hey, have mercy.
Billy, how you doing, buddy?
Well, if we felt any better, we'd be twins.
That's so good. Yeah, I've seen so many interviews with you online. You are so graceful with your time, opening up for everybody that wants to do an interview and talk about music and guitars with you. I did hear something very interesting today about you that I did not know. Tell me if this is true or not. I heard a rumor that meteoric sound change that you guys had going from El Loco into Eliminator was inspired by one of my favorite bands of all time, Depeche Mode. Is that true?
Yes, indeed. We that's wild.
Wow.
We gotten close to their sound, but we had been to the studio that had actually engineered a couple of Depeche Mode songs, and we found out that they were ZZ Top fans and we were Depeche Mode fans. So yeah, there's definitely that crossover.
That's funny. It is kind of funny because, one of the things I talk about on the show a little bit is about, the albums that, where artists went from one sound to the other sound. And Beastie Boys is one of those that first album didn't sound anything like the second album. And when you go from changing tones, like you did a lot in your career, the Eliminator album started an entire different tonal quality for you guys.
It sure did. And it's, we stepped into the studio and we were surrounded by these contraptions that had no strings attached. Literally, they had a bunch of knobs and switches. The engineer said, "Well, just start twisting dials until you find a sound." And I guess for us, the saving grace is we always kept one foot in that great American art form. We call it the blues.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can hear it all through it. Man, I was listening to some of your albums today from way back and stuff, and also some rockabilly in there as well, right?
Oh, yeah, man. We covered all the bases.
Talking to Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. They're going to be playing SeaWorld a little bit later. I'll tell you more about that. When you talk about other guitar kind of hero guys, Billy, and I don't even know if you put yourself in that world, but guys like, Eddie Van Halen, Satriani, Slash, David Gilmour, they've been playing the same rigs and the same kind of tone almost their entire career, but you never really adhered to that. You changed your tone a lot. Why did you do that? You just get bored?
We got we met a guy that had stumbled in. He acquired the name Magnatone Electronics, which was a great line of amplifiers back in the 60s, going all the way back to the 30s.
Oh, is it really?
And their tone was something a little bit. It was favorable in light of the fact it was a little harsher. It was kind of crazy, but. We're sticking with it. In fact, we just did a session with Slash, and he's jumped over to using the new Magnatone amplifiers. It's great.
Are you kidding? Like he left Marshall to do that, or is he still with them?
No, I think he's got his own. They've just entered the Slash Magnatone model, and then. In fact, I'm using one.
That's funny. You've been associated with Gibson guitars for years, but you've played a number of guitars, Reverend guitars. You don't really have that thing. It's weird. You just kind of don't mind switching up.
Yeah, we got through. We played a show in San Francisco the other night, and lo and behold, some guy said, "Man, I've got a guitar for you." And I said, "No, we've got our standbys." And of course, the equipment truck got stuck in traffic, and I wound up using this crazy thing. And he said, "How did you make it sound like ZZ Top?" I said, "It's all in the hands, man."
You've played so many different like venues and places over your career. I'm sure starting in clubs, and, honky tonks, moving into arenas and through the 80s and all throughout there. What is your favorite kind of setting to play in, Billy?
We just returned. This is interesting. We just returned from a show in Honolulu, and we were talking to some of the locals there. He said, "Yeah, man, they're tearing the venue down." And we had played a show. It was ZZ Top with Run DMC and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, wow.
At the Aloha Stadium. And I said, "Gee whiz, what's the deal?" And they said, "Well, all of the metal work is rusting." And so I guess at one point you got to look back and say, well, we did it. It was fun while it lasted.
That's funny, yeah. Jack, question for Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, Billy, I just saw the band. It seemed like a couple days ago, but actually it was 1986 at the Meadowlands in the arena there. And just the 80s, I just remember it was so huge because MTV had such a big influence, especially with Eliminator, and everyone wanted. I wanted that chrome ZZ keychain, for my ride. But what was that like going through that with the advent of MTV just blowing it up to the next level for you guys? Because it seems like you guys really just kind of elevated to a new level in the 80s.
Yeah, man, I'm right with you on that. As a matter of fact, last week we found ourselves up on the East Coast, and we were paid a visit by the great film director that handled ZZ Top's first 3 videos for MTV. Mr. Tim Newman came out, and he was in great fine form. And as a matter of fact, he said, "Let's do another video." And I said, "Well, if you could ever get the keys to the famous ZZ Top hot rod car, it seems like Tim's always giving those keys to those pretty girls."
Yeah, I bet. with his room key on the other end, I'm sure.
No, that key, but that keychain was iconic, man.
Sure it was.
When it goes through the air in slow motion, it's like, oh, I got to get that thing.
Billy, you played a lot of collaborations in your life. You featured on a lot of songs and a lot of albums and stuff. Do you have a favorite experience that stands out, and why?
Well, we were talking this over just recently, and I think the most interesting collision has to be every time we bump into Keith Richards. He is still the hero, and gosh, it was in Hawaii. The ZZ Top and the Rolling Stones played together in 1972. So we've had quite a long alliance. But seeing Keith, anytime Keith comes around, it's always who knows what.
Yeah. He gets so much attention. It's so funny that band was so big, Billy, that it really kind of consumed all the members almost except for, Mick and Keith. But, man, he gets a lot of juice for his crazy tunings. And, it's really kind of coming out now, those weird tunings that he had that made those songs so haunting,
Yes, we added I had an opportunity to play. I put a solo band together for a short time. It featured Matt Sorum on drums and the great Austin Hanks on guitar. Austin plays left-handed, and when you can't watch him because, first of all, the guitar is upside down. He's playing it backwards, and the tuning is something from another planet. Makes your head spin just to watch it.
As I was reading, I know that you grew up in music. Your dad, if I remember right, was kind of an entertainer, concert pianist, and orchestra conductor. And he actually is the one that got you your first guitar, I believe, around 13 years old. Was he proud of the route that you took in music and not into the big music, but rather in the rock and roll? And did you guys continue your great relationship through music through his life?
It must have been something along those lines. I remember we were speaking of influences, and I remember going with my younger sister. Our mom had taken us to see Elvis Presley. And I was about 5, I guess. And then about a year went by, and my dad had business at the recording studio and said, hey, you want to come with me? I'm going to go to the recording studio. You can come see a band. They're going to make a record. And I got excited. And on arrival, he put me in a chair and he said, now sit here and don't say much. he said, there's going to be a band coming in. They're going to make a record. And lo and behold, in walks B.B. King and his band.
Wow.
So that pretty much set the stage.
That's great. Talking to Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. They're playing SeaWorld here coming up March 16th at 7 p.m. I'll tell you how to get your tickets here in 1 second. Billy, rock and roll when it comes to guitar players, it gets all the attention, but you and I both know that the country music scene is full of incredible players. Did you ever get a chance to jam with some of those heroes, like maybe Roy Clark or Jerry Reed or maybe even Jim Stafford back in the day?
Oh yeah, if you want to have your mind wrapped around something wild, check out our buddy. He's one of the crazy super pickers. His name is Guthrie Trapp, Trapp. Guthrie Trapp, and man, he can tear the sides off of that guitar. He's something else. We were in the studio together, and I'll have to dust off one of the tracks. We've just wrapped up something, but Guthrie Trapp, yeah, you'll see him.
That's great, man. It's so crazy. Roy Clark was an absolute monster, and although he gets a little bit of credit, he doesn't get it in that rock and roll scene. But you watch some of his appearances back on late night talk shows, and it will blow you away. My man could roll.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Roy Clark, God.
Well, ZZ Top will be playing the Bayside Stadium March 16th at 7 o'clock at SeaWorld. Now, look, you can get into the show. Your admission to the park gets you to the show. But what I would strongly suggest is going to the SeaWorld website, because you can upgrade those seats starting at $19.99. But the biggest price is $26.99, and you're right down in front. And if you've never been to the Bayside Stadium, when you're front. I mean, you are literally just feet away from the stage and from the band. It is the only way to experience it.
That's a lot closer than I was in 1986 at the Meadowlands.
Exactly. So you guys check them out. March 16th, SeaWorld right there at the Bayside Stadium. And again, upgrade your tickets. Just go to SeaWorld.com. It'll tell you exactly how to do that. And Billy, we cannot begin to thank you for enough time to hang out with us a little bit today. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man. We'll see you around the corner. Appreciate the time. And as you say, that is a great venue. We're going to turn it up loud for you.
Good, buddy.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yay.
We're all coming out. We'll see. Give it up for Billy Gibbons.
Hey.
Look at this guy. Like one of the coolest dudes in rock and roll. Are you kidding?
How about that?
God, that's so awesome. That is legit awesome. That guy is like, if you talk to guitar players in the rock scene and you ask them who in the history of rock and roll have created the greatest like guitar tones, the sound the guitar makes, dude, that guy's like top 5 ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, that's his thing, because he plays with an old peso. So his tone, from the way he picks all the way up to the way he sets his amps up, he just said it. He goes, how did you make that guitar that I just handed you off the rack sound like ZZ Top? And it's like the way he plays guitar is just amazing. The way he attacks the string, the tone settings, the way that he bends the notes, the way he smears the notes sometimes. It has a specific ring to it. Guy's a monster. Thanks for that. I appreciate that very much.
I got that call about 7 o'clock last night.
God.
I'm like, I gotta call you immediately.
So cool. Deb, what you got for news?
Florida's going to assist South Carolina with wildfires. Florida's Attorney General launches a criminal investigation into the Tate brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And who takes the honor for most sinful state? We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041 to call us. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The right lane's blocked on Orange Blossom Trail southbound before Sand Lake Road. There's a crash on Highway 1792 southbound at Lake Mary Boulevard. The off-ramp's closed from I-95 northbound to U.S. Highway 1. Traffic is starting to slow down on all the major roadways this afternoon, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Boyd Market. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, New Balance, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Boyd Market.
Man, the Nickley Group does one thing and one thing only, guys, and that is sell your house for the most dough out there. They can do that with their VIP program that gets your house in front of the most qualified buyers, not only in Central Florida, not only in Florida. It is nationwide. These guys know what they're doing, and on average, they sell their homes for about 6% more than their competitors, and even better, they sell those homes twice as fast. So that's why you want to get with the Nickley Group. That's Nickley group.com. And look, man, when it comes to your house, that is your number one asset. You want to make sure that you maximize the value of that, and that's why you want to make sure you don't make a mistake and choose the wrong realtor and choose the Nickley Group. With those 4-star or those 5-star reviews, like 4,000 of them, you can know that you're in bed with the right people to get the most money for your property. So don't mess around. Get with these guys. They know what they're talking about. And when you log onto their website, you got to use that. You can actually get a guaranteed cash offer for your home right there on their website. No showings or open houses, and you could close that deal in just 14 days. Just also get an instant home value. That's based on local market data so that it's accurate. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's Nickley group.com. This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Rebath.com.
Help! My cat needs saving!
Oh no. Has he tried Navy Federal Credit Union? They have lots of great savings and investing options.
What? No, he needs help.
Well, with Navy Federal's financial advisors and online tools, he can get all the help he needs. Whew, got him.
Good catch.
Sign up at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal, and may lose value.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to FenceOutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees at your local Orlando Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. and happy 50th.
Explore the mysteries of rural America in the investigative podcast Obscurum. Season 1, Invasion of the Drones, details the story of chilling aircraft sightings in the Midwest, sparking conspiracy theories and lies until the shocking truth was revealed.
There was a drone, then it actually rotated around our house, almost looking as if it was peering in each window of our home.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Obscurum and start listening.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Are we?
I'm listening.
I don't know if you're taking questions for Billy Gibbons, but I'd be curious. When I first heard that band, it was a more blues-oriented vibe. And then in the 80s, they switched to a more 80s, synthesizers and stuff vibe, which did very well. It's a very smart thing to do. I noticed kind of shifting back towards the bluesy vibe again, but what made the band decide to shift to that different format?
Hey, Jimmy, I message in all the time and bust your chops and all that sort of thing. It's the, it's the college baseball player in me that likes ragging on you.
I love it.
Seriously, great interview, dude. I could sit and listen to Billy Gibbons give an interview all day long. I've always liked ZZ Top, but I've always just loved Billy Gibbons and his style, and you could just tell he's a genuinely good dude.
For sure, dude. If you read anything about him, like the musicians who hang around, who have had the opportunity to jam with him or just be around him, say he's like one of the great hangs of all time. And let me remind you, dude is 75 years old and still out there just absolutely rocking it. And by the way, Deb was so kind to put up the Billy Gibbons interview. If you missed any of it, you can hit that. Actually, that very question that was asked right up front is answered in the interview. So slide over to JimColbertLive.com and check it out. Turns out they're Depeche Mode fans.
That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, it's under The Goods, and so the Jim Colbert Show, The Goods, is the best segments that are posted there. Deb does a great job keeping that updated, but that is one, you find that in the iHeartRadio app. You can make a preset for that, and then you can just jump to the special features that we have each week on the show. It makes it real easy to listen.
Yeah, very cool. And by the way, thanks again, Deb. That's awesome.
Of course.
Again, right there at JimColbertLive.com. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. President Trump is getting a passing grade from a majority of Americans polled by CBS and YouGov, with 76% approving of the address before a joint session of Congress last night. Treasure Coast Republican Congressman Brian Mast was there for the speech and gives his seal of approval as well.
I think the president was very relaxed. He knew what he was talking about. He had done the research on all these things, and he has been working on these executive orders and these cost-cutting initiatives and everything else that he's doing.
I knew that was going to make you laugh. Mast, who's been in the U.S. House since 2017, says he's never seen a display like what the Democrats did last night. They had anti-Trump and anti-Musk signs, and Texas Congressman Al Green was escorted out after repeated warnings for heckling Trump, the first time that has ever happened, as well as being the longest speech as well at 100 minutes. Mast believes the protests from Democrat representatives were, quote, preordained, end quote. All right, help from Florida is on the way to South Carolina. The Florida Forest Service is deploying a complex incident management team of 35 personnel.
That's a good title.
Doesn't that sound like, okay, better take it seriously.
That's like the FBI for disasters.
Right, and that's the Palmetto State, right?
Yeah, South Carolina.
South Carolina, yes. To the Palmetto State to help those dealing with that dramatic increase in wildfires. The team is a specialized unit of firefighters, including incident commanders, operations specialists, and support staff, all trained to handle high-pressure wildfire situations. Florida Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson said in a statement, quote, "When a neighbor is in need, Florida will always answer the call for help."
Nice.
End quote. That is nice. All right, the state's newly formed advisory board on immigration has its leader The Florida cabinet today named Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd the chair of the Florida Immigration Enforcement Council.
Upon review, I move to appoint Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County as chair. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, hearing no objection, the motion carries.
The council will advise the State Board of Immigration Enforcement, made up of the governor and his cabinet, on enforcing federal immigration laws. Members of the council include a mix of Florida police chiefs and sheriffs.
There you go.
And speaking of that, Orange County Sheriff wants to clear up what he calls misinformation about his position on illegal immigration. Sheriff John Mina released a statement on Facebook yesterday in response to some social media posts. Mina says his office will continue to enforce all laws that relate to unlawful immigration. He also says he'll continue to cooperate with state and federal partners to target criminals in our community. Mina points out he signed an agreement last month to partner with DHS by providing deputies who will be trained as task force agents. He adds, quote, "At no point have I ever said that I would not cooperate with ICE or any federal agency," end quote. Kind of get an idea what those social media posts are probably saying?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, a little bit further north, Sanford's police chief is promising a thorough review after seeing a viral video.
Yeah, this is crazy, by the way. Did you see the video?
I have not.
Oh, man.
I have not, but I'm thinking poor Chief Cecil Smith is going, oh, God, man, not
Come on.
again.
Exactly. That's exactly. Can I tell you something? That's exactly what it looked like.
We're finally out of the news,
It was
man.
like he went like this. He watched the video, and at the end, he just went, "Come on!"
Exactly.
Come on!
Well, for those who also haven't seen the video, Chief Cecil Smith posted a message on Facebook yesterday about that video. It was recorded back in June. Now, the body cam video posted online shows two police officers responding to a gas station where a man was holding a woman at knife point in the bathroom.
I think she was the employee of the station, was she not?
I do not know that, so
Yeah,
I won't
go ahead.
say
That's
for
fine.
sure. But the video shows two officers waiting 5 minutes for backup.
As she's yelling from the bathroom.
Exactly. Before entering the bathroom, even again, as Jimmy said, they could hear the woman screaming for help. No, not at all. Doesn't this make you think of Parkland?
God, I'm just like, what are you doing? Kick the door down and start shooting people.
Now, even though the video was taken 8 months ago, Chief Smith says, listen, he just saw it for the first time on Sunday, and he wasn't even aware of it before that.
Which is unbelievable if you think about it.
He says an administrative investigation has been opened to review the officer's response on scene. In case you're wondering, those two officers who waited for backup are now on administrative assignment.
They're in a gas station bathroom. Apparently, you could hear the woman yelling and screaming for her
help,
life.
yeah.
They're on the other side of the door with their guns drawn and did nothing.
And just
they did not
waited.
enter the room.
And there's two of them with guns and one guy with a knife.
And the guy with the knife, who's crazy as hell, by the way. I mean, they after doing some interview, he thought that she was a demon. He's obviously like either paranoid schizophrenic or dealing with some mental issues as well. But apparently, like he was pulling her teeth out. Or something.
Oh my God!
Like he's pulling my teeth out. Or it was insane, and he looks insane.
Well, Chief Smith promises the investigation will be thorough and the outcome will be released publicly. All right, a little bit further south, the details are out on just how heavily armed a Broward County man was before he allegedly killed 3 people. The Miami Herald reported yesterday on the number of weapons Nathan Gingles had. If you remember, he's accused of killing his estranged wife, her father, and a neighbor that she had run to for help back in Tamarack last month. Mary Gingles filed for divorce over a year ago, and in her petition, she wrote that he was heavily armed, and she was afraid he was going to kill her. Incident reports from the sheriff's office show deputies seized over 40 firearms and accessories from his home after Mary was granted a temporary restraining order. The weapons were returned to Nathan, though, in September after the restraining order was lifted. Don't worry, another was filed in December, but deputies didn't seize Nathan's weapons that time. 2 months later, the Army vet went on his alleged killing spree. Sheriff Gregory Toney says his office fell short and could have done more. And again, you remember 7 law enforcement officers from his office, including lieutenants and others, had been suspended because of their response to this case.
And isn't this the same case where the shooter said that it is another one of those, well, if I can't have her, nobody's going to have her scenarios?
Basically, kind of, I mean, you know, when he said, if you ever leave me, I'll kill you.
Right.
The saddest part of that story is, of course, all of the lives that are lost, but the poor neighbor I mean, she hears gunshots at 6:30 in the morning. Her ex has shown up at her home. She just runs to get out of the property. He's already killed her father. She's just running for her own life, and he shot and killed the both of them.
Wow.
Just absolutely no care,
Did
no
he
nothing.
kill himself or was he shot?
Oh, no, he was apprehended.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah, he was
I
apprehended.
thought he died in the shooting for some reason.
No, he did not. And this next story, Jimmy, this is for you.
Okay.
Because this is a little slice of home.
I'm already feeling a little. My stomach is a little upset. So please don't.
That's just the MSG from all that Chinese food.
I know, but still.
Oh, Chinese food.
Yeah.
Deputies in Putnam County.
Oh, yeah, P-Town.
Don't have to go too far to keep an eye on some registered sex offenders.
They love them up there.
Oh, hang on now. After Sheriff Gator DeLoach
Gator
condemned a trailer park in Palatka where 22 convicted sex offenders were living, some of them are
They
now
have to live somewhere, Deb.
Well, some of them are now staying in tents outside the county jail, Jack, where deputies can monitor them 24/7.
Are you serious?
Now, the offenders, unfortunately, don't seem to be very happy with the arrangement. One says it's cold, the ground is hard, with just a yoga mat to sleep on, and it's just real disgusting. One says it's cruel and unusual punishment. Deputies tell First Coast News they'll be able to stay on the property a few more days.
Is it cruel and unusual, like being 11 and being fondled by a 28-year-old? Cruel and unusual, or is it different than that?
I knew that was going to set you on fire.
And the thing is, being from up there, and I'm about to be up there again here next week, but there are a number of these, little trailer parks that are run down. That happened here in Orlando. Did you guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
On Orange Blossom Trail and Silver Star Road, I believe, or Lee Road, there was a trailer park there, and the same exact thing happened. The guy who ran it realized that a way to make money was to harbor sex offenders because nobody else would let them live anywhere.
Yeah.
So not only did he have like 20 or 30 of them there, he was charging them a ridiculous amount of money to live there.
Well, they don't
it was like a coven of them.
Well, Florida's Attorney General is launching a criminal investigation into social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate. James Uthmeyer made the announcement on Tuesday. The Tate brothers had travel restrictions lifted against them as they're awaiting trial on human trafficking charges in Romania. The two have also been accused of rape and tax evasion in the United Kingdom. The Tate brothers have denied any wrongdoing, and on a podcast recently, Andrews said he was disappointed in Governor Ron DeSantis for saying they weren't welcome in the state. We covered that last night during You Heard It Here First. Well, Uthmeyer confirmed his office has executed subpoenas and warrants in the investigation. If you remember, the day that they had landed in their private plane, Governor DeSantis said, we're going to have the Florida Attorney General see what he can do about
this.
He
did not want him there, and then they said, we're so disappointed, as if anybody cares.
We're so surprised.
Get out of here.
Officials with Florida's property insurance companies may soon find themselves facing some tough questions from state lawmakers. This follows the release of a report that indicated companies were funneling billions, that's with a B, billions in profits to affiliate companies or shareholders, while also telling our state officials they needed to increase rates because they're struggling financially.
It is so bad.
House Minority Leader Fentrice Driscoll calls for a formal investigation.
And so we're pushing for that accountability, calling for an investigation, asking the Florida House to use its subpoena power. Let's put some folks under oath and let's get some questions.
House Speaker Daniel Perez says the Banking and Insurance Subcommittee will look into the report and subpoena witnesses as necessary. And Jimmy, just like you were just about to say, I have a feeling the lid has not even begun to percolate on the top of this story. I think when consumers really hear the details of it, knowing that we're about 100 days out from our next hurricane season.
It's so gross.
It is so gross.
It is so painfully scandalous.
Yes.
And when you read it, I've only read like probably about half of the report that I remember, but it is so gross what they were doing. And I will tell you, there are going to have to be some kind of repercussions for this action for the state because people have. I mean, again, there are people out there right now that do not have homeowners insurance because they simply cannot afford it. They're rolling the life dice with their home because of these actions. By the way,
or they simply haven't been able to fix their home over the last spate of hurricanes because their insurance company keeps denying their claim.
Or they're about to lose their condo because the condo association, trying to keep up with the homeowners association fees, have to jack the rates for your homeowners association. So now instead of paying $631 a month, you're paying $2,300 a month. Some paying as much as $3,500 a month for a GD condo in this state.
Yeah.
Give me a break. That's a mortgage in itself.
Well, you don't want to do what this next person did, no matter how angry you are.
I'm not done being mad yet. Now I'm done.
Okay. You're never done.
You're never never
fine.
done.
It's fine.
You're never done.
I'm fine.
One social media influencer is sorry for calling for Rick Scott to be killed.
Oh, no.
You can't do that. My God,
Come on, man.
My God. Not with the dark powers that guy has.
Yeah.
Hassan Piker was streaming on Twitch recently when he said, quote, if you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, end quote. He was referring to a fine Scott's former company, Columbia HCA, paid over Medicaid billing, the largest Medicaid fraud scandal at the time in the country. After making the comment, Twitch suspended Piker. How many followers do you think this guy has on Twitch?
This guy Piker?
Piker, Hassan Piker.
40,000.
The funny thing, 600.
3 million.
Oh, my God. Who is this guy?
I don't know, but 3 million, and he was suspended by Twitch. On Monday, Piker said he was sorry, and he'll choose his words more carefully next time. From the Department of Duh.
But Rick Scott is still a crook.
Right, exactly, without a doubt.
I'll use strangle.
I was cursing out Rick Scott on Saturday as I sat in 3-hour traffic to get to Tampa because he turned down the the bullet train.
Oh, yeah.
From Orlando.
That's right.
10 years, 15 years ago, a little less, about 12 years ago, when part of the Rebuild America, Obama gave us money for a bullet train from Orlando to Tampa, and he's like, nope, we're not taking it.
We don't want it.
Come on, we want the train, Rick.
We want Ray's baseball, Rick.
Florida is now.
I was going to a Yankee game.
Were you really?
Oh, hell yeah. No.
Chris is currently trying to watch a game, but all the rain on the Gulf Coast. Yeah, delay. All right, Florida is now one of 10 states with reported measles cases. Over 160 cases have been confirmed this season, primarily in West Texas and New Mexico. However, Florida, Alaska, California, Georgia, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, and Rhode Island are reporting at least one case. Locally, a high school student in Miami-Dade contracted the virus. FIU infectious diseases expert Dr. Mary Jo Trepka says it's better to vaccinate to prevent, not in response to an outbreak. And listen to how contagious measles really is.
So measles is a highly contagious disease. It's actually one of the most contagious infectious diseases, much more so than the flu or COVID.
Oh, that makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
More so than the flu and COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Haven't we known, though? We've known that for a while, that measles is like hyper.
I don't know. I didn't think we had to worry about measles anymore.
I thought it was TB level.
Well, I didn't think it was that contagious.
Yeah,
I knew it was contagious, but not more than the flu and COVID. All you have to do is walk into a room. I mean, hours after someone who's been sick has been in there, you can still pick up those droplets in the air.
There you go.
She says sometimes symptoms like high fever, runny nose, and that funky rash can take up to 2 weeks to present after exposure. And of course, that means you're exposing other people in your homes and your office. The school will be providing free vaccinations in the coming days. Okay, finally, what state has been ranked as the most sinful state in the country?
I mean, it seems obvious, right?
Nevada.
Yeah, it has to be Nevada.
Oh, come on, guys. At least make it fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
no, it is Nevada.
New Jersey.
It's got to be Rhode Island.
Yeah,
No.
Connecticut.
Nevada's the rank.
Nevada. We should have thought of that, Jimmy. Vegas.
Come on.
It's Montana.
Most sinful state in the country. That's according to finance website Wallet Up, which ranked all 50 states based on dozens of indicators relating to behavior.
Where does Florida come in? I mean, we got to be up there, though, right? Maybe.
Wait till you found out, man. Wait, that includes violent crime per capita, excessive drinking, and gambling addictions. California and Florida rounded out the top 3.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The top 3.
That Hard Rock app put us in the top 3, guys.
Which state ranked last on the most sinful list? Here's where I can challenge you.
Utah.
All right.
That is so good.
That is just hanging fruit.
So good, Jack.
What do you think, Jimmy?
If you got it, you should just say it.
I'm not
did
right.
Okay. Delaware.
Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny because it's Idaho.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Idaho is like Utah, just spelled differently.
Exactly. Same thought process. Same people.
Either way, that concludes your JCS news.
Oh, yeah. Those people travel no problem between those states. Zero problem. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't
Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, obviously, we've got some rain around the region, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. You know, the thing about this weather is that it's been so windy today that these storms could produce some winds over 50, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. So they could get briefly strong, might bring down a few tree limbs. Otherwise, our early highs near 80 will drop into the 70s. Rain clearing out by this evening. That'll make way for some cooler weather tomorrow. Highs close to 70. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands from grills out there: Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, Napoleon. That Napoleon grill is basically a professional grill, and they have a brand new lineup of Traeger Woodridge grills and Napoleon Prestige and Rogue models as well. Plus, they have pizza ovens, Uni and Gosney. So much fun. My little Uni pizza oven is a blast. Everyone has a place to sit, of course, with Tools Ace Hardware because of Polywood outdoor furniture made from recycled plastic, will not fade in the Florida sun, virtually indestructible, but the designs are beautiful. Plus, they have service techs specializing in grills to help you with any repair or warranty issue. And you can get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. Don't forget, Tools Ace Hardware has 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th through March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Monday at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show. Ray Trendley and the Colbert crew will be discussing all things law and not law on a variety of topics, from the latest legal news to the best new movies.
One of the dangers of buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond is you could be paying way too much.
Somebody is getting a product for $6,000 and they sell it for $55,000. That's a sin. That's a crime as far as I'm concerned.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says lab-grown diamonds are being marketed as less expensive alternatives, but the truth is their inherent value is dropping fast due to mass production.
You go try to sell that man-grown diamond back to the market, nobody wants it. There's no market for it.
Keith says just be careful. You need to get all the facts before you take a shortcut that you could regret down the road if the trend continues.
What you're buying is a throwaway diamond as far as I'm concerned. The fish tanks are waiting and they're going to be filled.
At International Diamond Center, we're proud to say all of our diamonds come from Mother Earth and took millions of years to make and are real, rare, precious, and ethically sourced. International Diamond Center, helping people navigate the diamond industry for more than 40 years.
When he presents that to his future fiancée, you want him to be proud.
Altamont Springs Mall at Millennia and Waterford Lakes.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on creditworthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday?
No!
Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
Dancing.
What did you, Colbert crew?
Do it.
Whoa.
I'll take one.
That one sounded interesting. You know, your favorite tea back in Rockledge. And yes, I know today is Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco. But it's also World Absinthe Day. While I have drinking many times, it has just left me with a hangover that lasts as long as an LSD trip. Have a good show, y'all.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate
Does
that.
he know it's March?
Yeah,
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert crew. So I know yesterday you guys were chatting a little bit about bad trips or a bad high and all that. And much younger, much dumber. Me and a couple friends one day trying a little something and did not go great for me. Ended up spending about 4 to 5 hours sitting with my head tucked between my legs in the back seat of a Toyota Tacoma, hiding from the darkness. It was a very short period of my life. Thank God. Big T out.
Yeah, no thanks.
By the way, my What'd You Do That's New is basically a YouTube video. I think it's about 11 minutes long, and it is supposed to simulate what a mushroom trip looks like while it's happening.
I'll let you know.
I sent it to you yesterday in your email. Put it up. So JimColbertLive.com if you want to go check that out. We'll talk about it next week. More acid talk here on the show.
From
trying to get in line with
it's a big hit with the kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Two of us are goobers.
And Jack is here as well.
What up?
Let's clear something up via the texting service. Is it Deborah or Deborah?
It's Deborah.
There you go, Deborah. All right, not Deborah.
Not Debra.
Yeah.
Deborah.
Deborah.
Yeah, exactly.
There
The
you go.
biblical spelling.
Very nice. So I was talking to Jack before the show, and Jack did one of my favorite things ever, which I'm sure most people hate more than anything.
Oh.
Jack got himself a new bed yesterday.
Really?
Now, we don't usually go into why you take the day off, but I think Jack had some flooring installed yesterday. I want to make sure it was done correctly.
Yep, Core Flooring.
Yeah,
our
flooring.
buddy Corey.
Yep.
I did 2 of the rooms where the carpet, it was like, my wife's like, we should replace it. I'm like, carpeting's fine. I'll clean it.
Carpeting is not fine. It's disgusting.
It is. And
it is
was.
disgusting.
And these, and the cats really helped make sure that I was aware of it.
You feel bad about yourself as a human being when you lift that stuff up and see what you've been walking and living on. It is disgusting.
Oh, that's what I choose to be barefoot on?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, not good, dude.
Anyway, I could not be happier.
Oh,
I
it's
got
so good.
some a waterproof laminate, and the install job was perfect. They did a great job, and it just looks so great. I'm so pleased with it.
It does. It gives you such a much cleaner feel in your house. It looks less cluttered because that carpet has a weird way of filling a room up that you don't really understand.
It
but
totally does.
When you get hardwood flooring or get some flooring or laminate flooring, it just feels so much better.
Yes.
And you've upgraded the value of your house because of this.
Yeah, no, I could not be happy with Core Flooring. Thank you, Corey.
And although that's awesome, not my favorite part of the story.
No, so we had a bed. The bed wasn't old. The mattress is only a couple years old, so mattresses are good. We downsized from a king to a queen.
You did?
Oh, yeah. Well, last time, and it's been much better.
What?
Yeah, well, more sex for one.
Oh, there you go. You're closer. That's nice. Yeah, you can't retreat to the other side of the bed.
There was always this hump in the middle. It was like our old king was a pillow top, and so it was like there was this big hump
in the middle. A third person in the middle?
It was like that, yeah.
Without the fun?
Welcome to our menage a bed.
Yeah.
So anyway, and it worked just room size. It's like, this is perfect. And so that's great. But the bed frame had this, it was leather or pleather, I don't even know.
Of course it was, yeah.
The cats destroyed it, just picking it apart, It's
that's a good look, too.
And so my wife was like, it'll be a good time. We have to take it out, so might as well be a good time to replace the bed. I'm like, the bed's fine. The mattress is only 2 years old.
Yeah, you can't put a nasty ass bed frame on brand new floors, dude. What's wrong with you? Are you an animal?
It would have been. And finally, I'm like, maybe you're right. That's all I said. Next thing I know, 2 days later, there's this 100-pound box leaning against my front door.
And let me tell you, that is the greatest thing ever.
I waited until yesterday to open it up.
Oh.
I, put on the show. I'm like, Alexa, play Real Radio. Let me hear what Colbert said. And so I did that.
You heard us ragging your balls.
I opened this box and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to take a while.
Yeah.
It was like 3 hours.
Yeah,
in total. I was bouncing in and out.
Listen, man, people freak out about that IKEA kind of. I know it wasn't an IKEA product, but IKEA products where they come in a box, and the box is no bigger than like a laptop box, but for some reason it weighs 645 pounds. And it's like a clown car of parts for furniture. It just keeps coming out of there, and it's tucked in every possible nook and cranny.
Props, whether it's AI, computer,
the engineering,
or just some guy who figured it out with a slide rule, how they got everything in that. It was just amazing with the, it's just
our packing manager, former Tetris
champion, no doubt. But anyway, then I opened up the instructions. Very few words, most of it's pictures, which is fine.
Sure, yeah, like a Burger King cash register.
Yeah, they do that. Well, they do that so it's they don't have to worry about language.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And just followed it and got it together. But I did see one part for 2 or more people to assemble. I'm like,
oh. See, that's funny. People they don't like doing that. Man, that is a vibe for your boy.
Yeah.
I love putting together IKEA stuff. I could start a company where all I do is come to your house, get a little, get right, just get your head right, and then go in there and get something to drink, turn on some music, and spread out some space, and then break it down piece by piece and go by the instructions. Man, there are few things in life better than that.
You are so to ADHD.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's like, I'm like, all right, I'd rather play video games instead of doing this.
I would not.
We need a bed tonight, so I had to do this yesterday. It was fine. I like it better when it's for me. My daughter has a habit of, hey, Dad, I got a new desk, or Dad, I got this, or Dad, it's entertainment center. Can you come over? And it's her watching me put it together.
Oh man, I love doing it so much. Every time I get one of those things where I have to put it together, I literally get excited because I spread out an area in the room. I make myself a drink. I get on some music, and I just everybody knows not to blink with me for the next hour or so while I put this thing together. And it's peaceful. I get to go by the instructions and piece by piece. And then when it's all said and done, you use the last screw for the last place the screw is supposed to go. No parts left over. God, that's accomplishment, Jack.
Yes.
Love it. How about you, Deb? You like putting stuff together?
Oh, yeah. The cabinet in our bathroom I put together.
Man, I love
and
that
use the molly screws to attach it to the wall.
That's those, the molly screws, nice. The one that really screwed me up when they started using those cog things that that just kind of pull it together instead of actual screws.
Yep.
It's like these inserts, and you hook it onto it, and you twist it, and it locks it in.
Yeah, those bathroom cabinets you get in a box are famous for those things.
And you ain't stealing it because it weighs 600 pounds.
Yeah.
And you hope you don't have a leftover cog.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do.
You don't want a leftover cog.
Yeah.
My new bed has LED lights.
Whoa, dude.
Bottom or top?
Yeah, no jack.
No joke.
No joke. Where are these lights, buddy?
It's at the top, so it's in the headboard. And
Damn.
it's like, I didn't even realize I opened it up. I'm like, what the?
Damn.
We have lights underneath our bed.
Damn, you guys are fancy.
Well, we have, where you adjust the bed frame that's got like a TV adjustment.
Yeah.
So
Oddly enough, my wife doesn't want lights in the bedroom at all. All right, 407-916-1041.
That's why the color, it's nice because it's a little muted and softer than a white light. Yeah. And you can pick there's a remote, you pick the color.
Yeah, we're beyond the age of white light. Everything has to be muted at this point.
And then
I need some soft light.
Exactly.
If you're in a party mode, you hit demo, and it just
it goes
flashes
crazy.
all in there.
It's like a hot tub.
Yeah.
They're already planning with date night. They're going to put it on demo.
Check sleeping in a limo, an old 80s limo. All right, 407-916-1041. Animal House is next. Central Florida Zoo in. Stay put.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike at the ramp junction where it meets State Road 429. There's slowdowns on the Turnpike southbound between the Greenway and Osceola Parkway. Traffic starting to back up on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. Keep an eye out for an accident on Orange Blossom Trail southbound before Sand Lake Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
is now open at Oviedo Park Crossing. Experience shoe shopping like never before. All the brands you love, like Brooks, Birkenstock, New Balance, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Oviedo Park Crossing.
Put a spring in your step by replacing your old windows and doors with the beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex material doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors, they're going to last a lot longer without the need for frequent replacements. Susan says, love my windows, great experience. Renewal by Andersen installers were on top of everything. They were very conscientious, knowledgeable, and kept the job site clean and tidy. Very happy and highly recommend this company. So take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Bonus, first 50 callers are going to save an additional $25 per window. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win tickets to enjoy Mardi Gras, international flavors of Carnival at Universal Orlando Resort. Travel the world with your taste buds featuring dishes from around the globe for purchase. Plus, sing at the top of your lungs at live concerts on select nights. It's time to play. February 1st through March 30th. Listen weekdays to the Monsters in the Morning for your chance to win tickets. Or take a shot at winning now at realradio.fm. More info and contest rules at realradio.fm/contests.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit floridashistoriccoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Did you know that virtual dolphins could be the key to managing stress? Or that electronic music could save the world from malaria? Believe it or not, it is all true. And you can hear these stories plus many more all this week on Part-Time Genius as we count down the 25 greatest science ideas of the past 25 years. It's a week full of fact-packed episodes you will not want to miss.
NASA scientists have already fast-tracked another important use for black fungus, protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Part-Time Genius, and listen now.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Orlando's signature event is back. The Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard returns to Bay Hill March 3rd through 9th. Watch your favorite PGA Tour pros define their legacy at a tournament as iconic as its namesake. Score a high five at the fan deck. Relive the vibes at Throwback Thursday with Corksicle. And savor every swing at Wine and Dine on 9 presented by Carmel Road Winery. Plus experience the all-new lake house for unbeatable views of the action. Where will you be when a new champion is crowned? Secure your spot at ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Colbert crew. Jimmy, I want you to know that was absolutely one of the finest radio interviews I think I have ever heard. Billy Gibbons is so personable, but you and Jack and Deb were so prepared. Your questions, how you walked through that interview was so wonderful. Great job. Keep it up, guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval.
Duval.
I don't know if this is Toot Jimmy's Horn Wednesday, but toot toot, Jimbo. You do a great job when you do these interviews, man.
Thank you,
You really do, dude. Especially when they're rock and roll music guys. Awesome, man. Great job.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate
I
it.
was a little disappointed, though, when Jack jumped in with a question, and the question wasn't, hey, Billy, you want to hear my whammy bar?
You want to hear a cat die? All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. If you missed our interview with Billy Gibbons, the guitar player for ZZ Top, you can check that out at JimColbertLive.com under the goods. It's already up there right now, so go grab it and check that out. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has Animal House. Let's do it.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
All right, Animal House is brought to you each and every week by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. We'll tell you how you can get in touch with Glenn at the end of the segment. But gentlemen, please join me in welcoming old guest Emily Geist and our new guest Chloe Fawcett and the Amazon Milk Frog Coconut from the Central Florida Zoo.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
What's up, ladies? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah, and I didn't mean old. I just found out, Emily, you've only been with the zoo less than a year.
Yep. Started back in June.
But we were like one of the first places you came.
Yeah. One of my first times going off property was here to the radio show.
Oh, very nice, man.
Did you go back to the zoo and say, what did I do?
No, I said I love it. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I've been back so many times.
You should have walked back in there being a straight diva.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like, don't even talk to me. Talk to my people.
Oh, exactly.
Talk to my people.
Don't look me in the eye.
Yeah.
So what's interesting, with the way the camera's positioned, we can't quite get the close-up on the Amazon milk frog.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Jack. But she's a little chunky for being a tree frog, isn't she?
Yeah, so here we do have an Amazon milk frog. She is a tree frog. She's got some nice strong muscles, though. So she has those toe pads that allow her to stick onto the trees, and she can hold 14 times her body weight.
Damn, that's crazy.
14 times.
14 times. So pretty strong.
Isn't like didn't they start was it the frog that they developed, they used that technology to develop certain adhesives or certain tapes or something like that because they use that certain design for their toe pads.
Didn't you see Mission Impossible?
Oh, yeah. Is that what it was? I never saw one.
Yeah, there is quite a few things that like we get from animals. So we call it, biomimicry is kind of us taking animal like adaptations and characteristics and using it in like our own personal like inventions and things like that.
Well, that's
really,
cool,
really
man.
cool.
Yeah, because 14 times your weight. That's pretty incredible.
Yes.
With just the toe pads. That's
Just the toe
not
pads.
even like gripping or anything like that. Just the pad.
It just sticks there on the tree.
Damn, that is nuts.
So why does she have the name? Well, you said she's one of 3 of your Amazon milk frogs?
Yeah, so we have, so this here is coconut. We have oak and almond back at the zoo as well, so different types of milk. They're called Amazon milk frogs because they're from the Amazon, and they actually secrete a white substance that is toxic to predators. So it kind of looks like milk, which is where they get their name from.
This is not the one we lick to get stoned, right? This is not that one, right?
Not that one.
I was going to say, go to break, Jack. So it's just a defense mechanism. It serves no other purpose?
It does also help keep their skin hydrated. So, of course, frogs always need to have some sort of moisture. So they can use it if it starts to get a little bit dry out. Living in the Amazon rainforest, they don't get too dry.
Right,
but it does help keep their skin nice and moisturized.
Now, is that where you also heard where indigenous peoples who live in the Amazon would like dip the tips of their arrows into that milky substance as a poison for their enemies, or is that the blue dart frog?
The poison dart?
That's the poison dart frogs. Chloe loves poison dart frogs.
Do you really,
Yeah.
Chloe?
Yeah, I actually own 2 poison dart frogs, which is super fun. Every time I tell people that I have poison dart frogs, they're like, "What is wrong with you? Are you keeping something?"
I just
Including our
literally-
producer Jack Bradshaw, who
I just
looked at you a
literally
little fearfully.
I backed my chair away from you farther.
And I leaned in.
Well, the cool thing about dart frogs specifically is they actually get their poison from the flies and the insects they eat in their native home. So a lot of dart frogs in captivity, like the ones we have at the zoo as well, we feed them fruit flies, so they actually aren't poisonous.
Oh, wow, really?
I did not
How
know
crazy
that.
is that?
Yeah, so a lot of times, the only time you would encounter an actually poisonous dart frog is if you were in their naturally occurring habitat.
Wow, so it's the insects that they eat that you have to worry about more than the frogs themselves. I guess it's just how they metabolize them.
Yeah, they're able to digest that poison and kind of repurpose it for themselves.
Well, that is the
Yeah.
ultimate in recycling, is it
Yeah,
not?
no joke.
I always think about it's like I never think about frogs as carnivores, but that's really what they are. They only eat insects, other invertebrates. These guys, they are the biggest frog in South America, so they also eat smaller amphibians. So until I started working at the zoo, whenever I heard the word carnivore, I'm thinking like of a cheetah or a jaguar or something. But these guys are carnivores. They only eat meat in a sense of bugs and other things.
Are they ambush hunters?
For the most part, they'll kind of sit there. We talked about how she blends in really well to the bark right there. So
Yeah, she
they'll hang
does.
out on the trees, kind of wait for those bugs to fly by. They do, of course, have that nice long sticky tongue that we normally think about when we think of frogs. They do.
I like you, Chloe. You can
Jeez.
come back every time.
My God, man. Calm yourself, woman. Calm yourself.
One thing that I think is kind of weird but cool about the way that frogs eat is their tongue is so sticky that the bug gets stuck on their tongue in their mouth, and they use their eyes. They push down on their skull to swallow the bug.
No way.
Yeah, so if you've ever seen a frog like kind of blink and like swallow, it looks like their eyes like go down into their head. It's them swallowing.
Their eyes, they have to help them swallow?
Mm-hmm.
So they use their eyes to push the food back in their throat so they can get it back there farther?
Yep.
Because their tongue is so sticky.
She has the most evil little smile when we talk about all these weirdo things that frogs do.
Hey, that's why I work at the zoo, okay? This stuff is awesome to me. Every time I learn a new fact, I'm like,
boom!
Exactly. Mind blown.
So, I mean, so it's an Amazonian frog, obviously. So do you get those imported in from another zoo? Or do you, I mean, how do you guys actually attain animals or amphibians from South America like this?
So at this point, a lot of our amphibians and reptiles are kind of born in either our zoo or other zoos. So I believe these ones came from another facility, but we have quite a few reptiles and amphibians that came from our own animals at the zoo. The only exception is our cane toads that we brought up that we believe we've brought in relatively recently. Because they're invasive here in Florida, that's one of the only ones that will be grabbed from the wild.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, because those are a big issue, are becoming a bigger issue in Florida.
Yes.
What is their what is their reproduction rate, and what is the gestation period? Oh God, another laugh from Chloe.
This is another.
Jesus, man, this one's
very,
killing
very
me.
cool one.
we were talking about it. So they are actually arboreal, which means that they live in the trees, which I thought was really interesting because these guys, you know, you think of a frog, they need water. They start as a tadpole. So these guys, the eggs that they lay are in these like little clumps stuck to a tree branch, and there can be about 2,000 eggs in one clutch. They get fertilized and hatch all within 24 hours. And then that metamorphosis takes place over 3 weeks. But the cool thing is that metamorphosis is taking place in like a leaf that has water. Like it's not like a stream or a pond. Like
2,000 tadpoles.
Yes, all of this is taking place up in the trees, like in the canopy of the rainforest. So like we were just talking about it on the way here. We were like, these frogs, it's like they rarely ever even touch the ground in their life.
You just don't, you automatically assume if it's a frog, it spends its entire life on the ground.
Or at least near a pond or something.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I haven't seen tadpoles since I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. So nothing preys on them.
Things can, so like larger predators and things can, so like different types of larger birds would be able to grab them. But that substance that they secrete is enough to keep some of the smaller predators away.
Wow, really? So it's like a big, well, whatever. It's poisonous, bitter, whatever the case may be, but it doesn't affect like raptors or anything like that. It wouldn't, or snakes, it wouldn't get them as bad.
It pretty much, as long as the animal's big enough, they might get a little sick from it, but theoretically could survive eating them.
Wow. How crazy is that?
It's just like when you leave something out on the counter and decide to take that chance.
Right, exactly. Right. How long's this Mayo been up? Do they have a specific mating thing that they do to attract, I'm just trying to get another facial expression from Chloe here. Do they?
Yeah, how do they do it?
Yeah, Chloe, how do they do it?
Well, we see that stupid Planet Earth thing, and like everything in South America has some kind of crazy mating thing where they hold up one arm and their leg back and forth, or they change a different color or something.
No, that's just called ladies' night.
No, what is cool about these guys, though, the male will kind of sit in like a hole inside of a tree, or like once they find that spot, and make calls for a female to come up.
Typical booty call.
Oh, these sons of bitches. They don't do anything, do they?
It's all show.
The female will lay her eggs, and then the male will call another female to lay another hatch of eggs that are unfertilized.
What an a-hole.
Well, they leave it unfertilized to be food for the tadpoles that hatch.
What the?
Damn.
Well, these guys are gangster, aren't they?
They
God
are.
almighty.
Straight up gangster. No wonder Chloe's like, I love them.
This frog is like my spirit animal. I want to hang out in trees and just have chicks come around and do stuff, you know?
Eat your clutch?
Yeah.
So just a little bit of time that's left. I know you guys have a lot of really cool programs coming up at the zoo, and that includes programs for school kids to learn about these really cool facts.
Yeah, so we, of course, have our homeschool programs that are still going on, but summer camps have opened up, as well as our Cub Club programs for our preschoolers. We have a night hike program coming up on March 15th that's open to the public, so you guys get to see some of the nocturnal animals that we have out and active.
Now let's get to the event.
The one that Chloe's excited for.
Yes, so I'm super excited for Brews at the Zoo. It's going to be on April 12th this year, and it's basically a beer and food walk throughout the zoo. We have different tents set up. But I'm super excited because this year the zoo actually hired, I'm the vocalist in a band, and the zoo actually hired my band to play the event. So we're going to have a DJ, live music, food and drink, obviously, and you get to see all the really cool animals while you're indulging on the delicious beer.
Very nice. I have to tell you, we've done a number of events that include little food stations throughout the zoo. We did a thing with Crime Line, and it was called Zoo Done It. It was basically they would bring out all their the detectives would bring out all their cool crime scene equipment and stuff and set it up throughout the park. And you try to kind of figure out this crime while you're hanging out and drinking. And I will tell you, it's funny. It sounds nuts. It sounds like, why would I go to the zoo to drink? It is crazy fun.
It is.
Because for one thing, they have little pathways that kind of wind all the way back through the zoo. It's beautiful back there. The animals are awesome. They're easy to see. The people who work there are wonderful. And it's a great experience. And it's different. That's the thing is it's different. You get caught up in the same rut all the time doing cool stuff. This is something very cool.
And it's very affordable. So if you're a young couple looking for a fun, interesting date night, or you're a family looking to do something but not break the bank, definitely check out the events going on at the Central Florida Zoo, especially Brews at the Zoo with our good friend Chloe. And I'm sure Emily's going to be there as her manager.
Chloe, what's the name of the band?
We're called Serotonin.
Serotonin.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, very nice.
Excellent. And where do folks get more information about all of your animals, your after-school care programs? Where do they go?
Everything can be found at centralfloridazoo.org.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
Emily,
you.
Chloe, and Coconut. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
As always, thank you guys. We always appreciate it. And as always, Animal House is brought to you by Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. So if you or someone you know work with, if they've been in any kind of an accident, car, truck, motorcycle, even a slip and fall, here's just a couple of reasons why they need to call Glenn Klausman. One, Glenn never passes you off to a caseworker. Glenn is going to personally handle your case, so much so he's going to give you a cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why year after year he's voted legal elite and super lawyer, but he's also an animal lover, and he truly is a friend of the show. So if you've been in an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.
All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
What is everybody on that this is the look?
What do you mean, like the scrunchies around their legs?
Big old hair scrunchies, mom jeans. It's like just bad.
Man, you don't know what you're...
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I'm getting all horny just thinking about it.
Okay.
You're listening to the Monsters in the Morning.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound at Parr Street. Multiple lanes are blocked there. Traffic is backed up from Colonial Drive. There's an accident on Orange Blossom Trail southbound before Sand Lake Road. Traffic's starting to slow down on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. There's delays on the Turnpike southbound between the Greenway and Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Oviedo Park Crossing. Experience shoe shopping like never before. All the brands you love, like Brooks, Birkenstock, New Balance, and more. Don't miss Shoe Station's grand opening on Saturday, March 15th. Shoe Station, now open at Oviedo Park Crossing.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Eustace Roofing. Man, let me tell you something. The roofing business can be a bit sketchy. It's always good to find somebody you know you can lean on. These guys are very good. Been doing it since 1959. How about that? 65 years in Florida in the roofing business. And just to give you an idea of where they stand, in 2021, they were the National Roofing Company of the Year. That's right, locally, with 1,000 five-star reviews on Google. You simply can't beat these guys. Even better, you know those metal roofs you see? They're so cool, right? They build those on-site, custom for your home, and they serve all of Central Florida. They even have no interest financing available, and I'll tell you something even more. They may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to your existing roof. It's EustaceRoofing.com. Call these guys. Schedule your free estimate. Trust me, you can really lean on these dudes. They've been doing it a long time, and they're great people as well. Again, that's EustaceRoofing.com.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Help! My cat needs saving! Oh no. Has he tried Navy Federal Credit Union? They have lots of great savings and investing options. What? No, he needs help. Well, with Navy Federal's financial advisors and online tools, he can get all the help he needs. Whew, got him. Good catch.
Sign up at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal, and may lose value.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Planning a big move? The Nickley Group has you covered. As Orlando's real estate experts, we've helped thousands of Central Florida families find their perfect homes, saving our buyers an average of $24,000. With more homes on the market and lower interest rates, now's the time to buy. Join our Buyer VIP program for even more savings, plus free moving supplies and a moving truck. Visit thenickley.com to get your free buyer's guide to get started today. The Nickley Group, Orlando's real estate experts, making your move smoother, smarter, and more rewarding.
Divorce can feel like a minefield. One wrong step, and your finances, your family, and your future could suffer. Before making a big decision, talk to the attorneys at TK Law. We can help you navigate the legal process, protecting what matters most. With better representation, you get better results. Call TK Law today and take the first step toward a smarter, more secure future. Visit onefirmforlife.com. Offices in Altamont Springs. That's onefirmforlife.com.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure, but your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like 24/7 Beatles and iHeart 80s.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What's up, Colbert Show? Apparently, Senator Mast has a very short memory because the Republicans heckled Joe Biden in 2023 at his State of the Union address. So I don't know what he's talking about. They've both done it. All of them have done it.
Yeah, they all did.
It's childish, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, I think MGT and Kid Rock's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, Lauren Boebert.
Yeah, I think they both kind of heckled him a little bit, but, you know, it's just part of the game. Look.
You mean Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
There was a moment, though, in last night's speech where President Trump is talking about getting rid of DEI and every promotion and every hiring should be based solely on performance and the people who deserve to be there. But then they show Lauren Boebert on TV. I'm like, wow.
There's a couple kind of things. We'll talk about that a little bit later for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. And every single Wednesday around 4:20, this gentleman joins us. He's a writer for the Orlando Sentinel. You can read his columns Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. He has been a clue on Jeopardy, which I'll never, ever, ever, the jealousy will never cede. It will always be there, and it will always be steamy. You guys give it up good and loud for the Truth Dragon, Sweet Heat, Mr. Scott Maxwell.
Yay!
Woo!
Steamy jealousy sounds like maybe your stripper name.
Look, there's a bunch of it. Steamy jealousy. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Good, man. Doing okay. You know, I have to tell you, buddy, Like, part of my show prep every morning, especially on Wednesdays, is, reading your column that day to find out if we're going to talk about it or not, if it's something we can work into a topic. And I'm going to be honest with you, Scott, when I read your piece this morning, I was like, it literally made me happy inside because, for many, many years, you have led the charge and I have kind of hopped on your train here lately, screaming about this tourist tax and how it's not being used to better the lives of Central Floridians. The ones that have to deal with the tourists when they come in town, the ones that have to deal with their taxing on our infrastructure, our sewage system, our roads, and a number of other things. And of course, hundreds of millions of dollars going into that thing and none of it coming out to help us live our lives better. And it looks like maybe, just maybe, there could be a crack in that armor. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd still couch it with at least two of those maybes that you mentioned. But yes, there is a bill. And, there was a quote, I was just pulling it back up from one county commissioner, Nicole Wilson, that I included in my piece today that was basically what you just said. She said, her quote was, visitors use our roads, drink our water, fill our landfills, and flush their wastewater to our facilities. Why wouldn't spending on those important things be considered supporting the tourism industry? And I think that's something that most states and most big tourism cities have known for years. We've talked forever, many times before, about how Las Vegas, like our biggest competitor, they've used hotel taxes for literally decades. That's why I got on this bandwagon. 20 years ago, I went out to Vegas. Well, I like to go out to Vegas, but I actually went out there for work. And I went and visited the schools that hotel taxes. I went and saw the parks that hotel taxes built. I drove on the roads. And I even drove out into the residential areas around Las Vegas to say, hey, is this controversial? I remember meeting a waiter from the top of the world at the top of the stratosphere. That steakhouse.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Like 100 stories up. And when I asked him if it was controversial, he looked at me as if I had three heads. He said, why would this be controversial? Tourists put a lot of strain on this community. And of course, we should use hotel taxes to pay for those relief. And the biggest difference about Las Vegas versus Orlando is that 20 some years ago, the tourism leaders there led the change to use hotel taxes.
Oh,
on
wow.
Stuff.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
No, we have not.
It's the exact opposite of that, actually.
Scott, did you ask that question and kind of go to those sites to write off your trip for gambling?
No, this maybe the other way around. I did the trip so that I could do some gambling while I was
Okay, bravo.
Yeah,
Either way, well played.
I like your savvy.
Is the one city where you can do like 8 hours of work a day and still have 10 hours of fun.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can do that for sure. But why do those arguments, when we have a direct parallel again to the one market that we compete with wholly, which is Las Vegas, how do those arguments not permeate our legislation here in Florida? I mean, it's so black and white, and there's so much evidence that it works, and it works great for the community. The community appreciates it. The community's better for that. Why does that not make it through here in Florida? Is it just greed?
I think it is. I think there's a bit of myopic or is myopia a word? I don't know. Where they're scared. They're scared that if they open up this pot of taxes just a little bit, that they'll stop getting the things they want because, this community spends $500 million on the convention center like once a decade, like $500 million. And if the convention center has to compete with things like roads, cops, affordable housing, it's probably going to lose out a lot of the time. So, but what Vegas did and what this bill seeks to do and what I have long advocated is you don't have to take all the hotel taxes from this. You just take a little portion. In fact, the way it works is there's 6 cent tax on all hotel rooms. If you took just one of those 6 cents, that would pay for everything we need to pay for Sunrail operation. And that bill is about to be shifted. We've had that system up running for about a decade right now. That bill is about to be shifted onto locals. And you've heard both mayors, Jerry Demings and Buddy Dyer, talk about raising our taxes to pay for transportation. Why the hell should locals pay more hotel taxes, $350 million a year, that are coming into hotel taxes to expand? We've expanded the convention center 6 times.
Yeah.
Visit Orlando has a budget that some years is bigger than Visit Florida. That means they're getting more money just to market theme parks in Orlando than Visit Florida gets to market the entire Sunshine.
And then even crazier than that, and I've said it, and of course we're all fans of the parks, our tax dollars also fuel the roadways that make it into those parks so they can make that money and fuel the upkeep of those and the extension of those and all of that stuff to help get people faster and more efficiently into their businesses, which is kind of crazy when you think the fact that we still can't get any access to that money to help our community better. I mean,
That's right.
And the funny thing is I kind of know exactly what you're talking about. The funny thing is with politics, we learned this with the lottery and the education system. Once you crack that door, they're probably terrified that you're going to be able to start making arguments. Well, I mean, if you gave us that one penny, it made things so much better. Maybe we can do this as well. And they think that by opening that Pandora's box of money, they're going to have a perpetual fight on them for the remainder of their existence to keep people away from those dollars. But they've done a pretty good job doing that for a while now.
Absolutely. And the reality is they now have more money than they know how to logically spend. When this thing was created, Orlando was Cowtown, right? In fact, it wasn't even created for something called a convention center. It was called a civic center at that point in time. And it generated about, I don't know, $5 to $10 million a year. When it started getting up around $100 million a year, they were thinking, oh my gosh, this is a ton of money. We're going to have to start dreaming up new ways to spend it. It's now we're approaching, well, it's $350 million every year. They do not know how to logically spend all this money. And that's why I actually have heard some rumblings. I can't get into too much details, but this is why I'm a little bit optimistic, from a very big tourism exec who tapped me on the shoulder a couple weeks ago and said, we're ready. We're ready to start sharing this money.
Oh, the tide has changed. In other words, almost like, hey, look, we've we've come to our senses. You don't want it to seem offensive, but it's almost like the evidence is clear now.
I think this guy, they have come to their senses. I think this guy actually may be doing it for the right reason, but you are absolutely right about the tide has changed and they are aware of this. And the best example I have of that is when I moved to this town 26, 27 years ago, you couldn't get elected without getting an endorsement from the tourism lobby.
Right.
This past cycle, an endorsement from the tourism lobby was like a scarlet letter. The county, the Central Florida Hotel and Lodging Association endorsed 3 candidates for county commission. All 3 of them lost. That would have been unheard of. And it's because locals are like, I'm not trying to raise my own taxes when you've got all this money over here. And I think that's probably what's pushing it, because I think some of these mayors, they still want to raise taxes, and we may need to pay for some other things, but nobody's letting them do that until they start using all the money that they have.
Yeah, 100%. You got to give yourself a little credit there with the Sentinel. You guys have really been keeping this top of mind for Central Floridians for decades now, and I don't know that had that thing been able to kind of recede back into the shadows, it would have had this much movement. So kudos.
Well, thanks. I don't know if you're familiar with the Greek figure Sisyphus. He was condemned to roll a giant rock up a hill, and every time he got it about halfway up, it just rolled back down, and he started over. That's what I felt like for about 2 decades on this issue. But finally, we're seeing a little progress.
I mean, do you look? I'm just asking you as a friend. Do you consider that a win? I mean, or do you? I mean, is because it's just you reporting the news and what you think is an injustice to the people of the county who are paying taxes. I understand that, but I mean, it has to feel kind of good that at least there's some movement. It looks like the key players are in line to make a difference and really make the city a better place to be.
It does make me feel good that I believe we, it's particularly the newspaper and I who taken this on, it's permeated the public consciousness. I have people bring this topic up to me, and I hear it and I see it in a way that we never did before. And I think it's just common sense, which is what Carlos Guillermo Smith, who was the one who filed it, and he needs to get Republicans. Nothing happens in this state without Republicans. But as I've mentioned many times before, traditionally, this has been a bipartisan thing. Both Republicans and Democrats have taken the tourism lobbyists' marching orders. So I'm hopeful that this time, if some tourist folks can get behind it, we'll see some change.
Talking to Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel, as we do every day around 420. Scott, let's talk about this toll roads thing. You dropped a little bomb on me today via text that I had no idea was the case.
Yeah, so I think everybody knows we had these express lanes. It was part of the big I-4 Ultimate overhaul. And one of the questions that has always been, and let me back up. For those who don't know, they already have these in Miami and a few other places. Basically, when the highway gets really congested, I-95 down in South Florida or I-4, you have the option of taking these express lanes, of paying a bit to avoid the congestion. They don't always work, by the way. Sometimes the express lanes get jammed up too. But anyway, the state has never really said how high these prices could go. And years ago, I finally got some public documents that showed they would be $14 one way if you took the whole route. Which, by the way, that's nuts. That is a higher toll price than anything you've ever seen in the state, because we're only talking 20 miles.
Yeah.
So if 21 miles, $14 would be a lot. Well, our reporter last week got a hold of the new thing. The state has finally said they're actually going to cost as much as $21.
Damn, really? Is this the same thing that happened in New York that Trump was talking about here?
No, that's congestion pricing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Well, you are right on the money, both of you. It is congestion pricing, and it's absolutely the same thing, at least at its heart. The idea is the only people who are going to be able to use these things are the people who can afford to use them. And Trump did more than just say he was opposed, as you may remember. He flat out told New York, "You're done. I'm president, and you can't do it." Now, it's kind of interesting to see. I think his transportation secretary said congestion pricing, which is the same thing as dynamic pricing, surge pricing. It's all the same thing. He said it was a slap in the face to residents and business owners. Here in Florida, we're celebrating this new congestion pricing at $21, maxing out at $21. The premise, like, once again, there are some key differences, because in Florida, you will still be able to use the free lanes at any point in time, but they may often be at a standstill.
Right.
Again, the premise is still the same, but that the solutions are being offered to those who can afford them. But I think it fits into a bigger picture that I think a lot of people do not realize, is that toll roads, the abundance of toll roads we have around here, it is not normal. Florida has more toll roads than any other state in America. And Central Florida has more toll roads than any other place in Florida. So all of your listeners and my readers are fortunate enough to live in the most tolled community in the most tolled state in America.
Wow, that's unbelievable. That's the bomb I was telling you that you dropped on me today. I'm like, man, I know that we have a lot of tolls here, but I had no idea it was like that.
I think there are a lot of states. I can't remember the number. I'm going to say a third of the states in America have zero tolls. And the reason is because most places, historically, roads have just been a government service people have provided. But the reason Florida really prides itself on low taxes, and there's some benefits we all enjoy about that, like no income tax.
No income tax.
But we also really let corporations, one of the stats that also I think is a bomb that the Sentinel first exposed, is that 99% of corporations pay zero corporate taxes in Florida. Well, if you're not taking in any money, you don't have any money to spend. And so Florida ranks 49th in per capita spending and government spending. And what that means is we stiff teachers, as we all know, we stiff disabled families who wait on years-long waiting lists, but we still need to build roads. So they have to come up with creative ways to do that. And the creative way they've come is tolling. And I'm going to jump right ahead and say there's some people who love tolls, and they say, you know what? I think tolls are great because if you don't like toll roads, just don't use them. And I'll tell you who says that. People who don't have to use them.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who cannot afford to live near Disney World where they work, and maybe they live in Ocoee, or maybe they live near Bithlo. You try driving from Ocoee to the Magic Kingdom, or from Bithlo to downtown City Hall without using a toll road. It's the difference between 18 minutes and 40 or 45 minutes.
Yeah, Deborah's mom drives that every single day, and over an hour on the road every day via toll roads.
2 hours a day.
2 hours every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gotten to the point where a lot of the toll roads are jammed up. Also, man, that intersection where it was at 417 and 50, when you try to get on out there, that can take a half hour to get on. That toll road.
Go ahead. Do you have something, Jack? I'm sorry. I thought you said, but the thing is, it's really kind of odd is the numbers there, Scott. You know, I mean, I can understand the idea of having the express lanes because, I mean, I've been in New Mexico. I don't think there are any tolls in New Mexico. I didn't experience that. But there's also not 22 million people all trying to get to one place. You know, it's not all, half the state in there at one point in the one part of the state trying to get to, any one or two or three of these theme parks that we have, making passage of that area in Orlando virtually impossible. It's almost like they should build a bridge over it and just allow you to bypass the entire thing altogether. But
I like that idea. I know. I've mentioned this before. Jack and who was it? Pinkman? Who was it? Well, we went to a Yankees game.
Yeah.
And it took 4 hours. It's like a 75-mile drive. It took us 4 hours because there's just no good time to go through the theme park area.
Yeah, that's 2/3 of the way to Atlanta.
It took me 3 hours this past Saturday going to the Yankee game, and I swear I sat in that, Scott. I'm like, this is the last time I'm driving to Tampa. I don't care what is happening. I'm not going to Tampa anymore. Then I curse out Rick Scott for turning down the bullet train back in 2012.
I'm going to tell you guys, there's a sweet spot, and it's only 90 minutes from 3 a.m. to about 4:30 a.m. You can make that drive. Nice. But other than that, traffic is building up.
Yeah, to go there and sleep in a parking lot until game time, I guess. All right, you guys give it up good and loud for Scott Maxwell. Yay! Again, you can read his columns every day, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If you want to make yourself a better citizen of Orlando, read his stuff. It informs you of things happening here in Orlando. They do all the work for you. All you do is get the end result and all the great information. Scott, as always, good seeing you, buddy. Have yourself a great weekend, man.
Take care, guys.
You got it, brother. All right.
Bye, Scott.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, text us 77031. If you want to leave a talk back, that's easy as well. Grab that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. Use that microphone to send your comment on down the line. Back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at CoolToday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, we've got a line of some storms, otherwise just some widely scattered showers and gusty winds rolling through. One or two of these could be on the strong side with winds approaching 60 miles per hour, occasional thunder and lightning. Otherwise, our early high temperatures near 80, falling into the 70s by this afternoon. It's going to remain windy tonight, but we clear things out. A cooler day tomorrow, highs only in the upper 60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Man, if you're thinking to yourself, I have a bathroom in my house, and I would really like to get that out of there because I love the rest of my house. Like, I've done all the cool stuff. All the furniture is perfect. All the paint is perfect. I've done everything else except that one bathroom. And the reason why you don't do it is all your friends tell you, like, man, that's going to take forever. The contractor's going to be in and out of your house for months. They're going to switch products on you. Well, look, if you've heard that, don't believe it, because Rebath of Mid-Florida, right there in Altamont Springs, they can get you that new bathroom, and that thing is in 4 to 6 days, and that includes the demolition of your old bathroom. And even better, they have a catalog full of awesome-looking products that are going to make your bathroom simply amazing. Multiple choices for tubs and toilets and sinks and lighting and cabinetry. It's all right there. And if you drop by their showroom, it's easy to find, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. And when you walk in, you'll see some models set up. Those models are just to show you their products configured into different bathroom designs. They even have a design team to help you with your ideas to come up with a bathroom of your dreams. And even better than that, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, a 10% discount on the totality of your bathroom. Hop on the website, check out those before and afters, and book your appointment. You simply can't beat them. It's rebath.com.
Get ready for the biggest night in podcasting.
The iHeart Podcast Award goes to... Join us for our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards, live from Austin, Texas at South by Southwest.
Celebrating the most innovative and influential voices in the podcasting world.
Push boundaries.
Sit down with amazing guests every week.
And engage audiences in new, remarkable ways. Don't miss our 2025 iHeart Podcast Awards.
Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and listen right here.
Monday night at 11.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Bike Week is right around the bend. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week, February 28th through March 9th. They've got food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership located next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennium.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this part-time hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For a limited time while supplies last. Valid in store only. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jimmy James, you just explained the exact reason why I like playing with Legos. I get to build something, it's with my own hands, and I feel a sense of accomplishment. And yes, I know it's March. It's Cinco de Marcho. I just read it wrong.
Yeah, Jimmy being peaceful is like an oxymoron. It's not gonna happen. I can imagine Jimmy in the front room, leaving him alone for an hour, and all you hear is, blank and blank! Where's this blank and screw? Now I can't find the blank and screwdriver! God blank! You know?
Am I that bad?
Like I do.
Oh, good for you, dude. Good! I'm not that angry. You guys can't, look, you can't continue to perpetuate. You cannot continue to perpetuate the image of me being perpetually angry. It's not fair. I am not always angry.
I am now going to accept your challenge, sir.
It's not a challenge.
Before we crack the mic at the beginning of the show, I can't even repeat what it is you scream at the top of your lungs every day.
If you look at the screen, you can see a notebook I'm holding up. Those are the anger notes.
That's not an anger note, you dummy. That's not an anger note.
That's just last week.
What you talking about? That's this morning.
That's not enough. What did I say before the show today? Let me be so angry.
No, it's not before the show every day. It's just what you...
Oh, yeah.
Every day. A good 3 hearty.
Oh, yeah.
Let those
well,
rip.
yeah, I mean, just basically getting my voice ready to do the show. That's the best word to do it with.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you'd think your voice would be... Yeah.
Cursing is a sign of intellect. I want to let you people know.
Yeah, we know you've got a lot of intellect.
You're the smartest guy in the room.
It makes me more better, smarter. It does. All right, welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Our favorite time of the year is this weekend.
Oh, I hate this time. Well, except it'll be daylight when we drive home.
Yeah.
That's the only
Daylight
plus.
savings time is Saturday night, which
Yep,
means
2
or
a.m.
whatever. You jump forward or spring forward. So that means you're going to lose an hour of daylight in the morning, but gain it in the evening. So your sunsets are now like, what, around 6:20, 6:30 or something like that now?
6:29 is where it's at right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be 7:30 on Monday. It won't get dark until 7:30, and before you know it, it's a minute every day. I just learned that 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a minute every day. So until the time changes back, every day you gain a minute of daylight.
Until the summer solstice.
Until the summer solstice, then it goes back. So I think during the dead of summer, it doesn't get dark until like about 8:40 or something, right?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't get daylight until like 8 o'clock or later. That's the crazy thing is I wake up so early and I usually determine what time of the day it is so I can kind of plan my morning based on when the sun starts coming through the coming through the blinds. And man, now it's going to be like, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, and the bummer is that heart attacks spike significantly the Monday after daylight saving time.
Which is crazy. I never understood why. Why? Is it just like an anxiety thing or something?
Well, no, when you think about it, you're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah,
well,
I guess.
I mean, because you have an hour less of sleep.
Yeah.
So you're sleep deprived, your stress level is up, especially if you've overslept because
It's darker longer?
It's darker longer. Your body thinks you're waking up at 6:30, but now it's really 7:30. That's put you an hour behind. It's also extra dangerous for kids at bus stops because now they're going to be at the bus stop in the dark.
That's the big one, I think. But
yeah.
I think the other thing, and that surprising stat about that increase in heart attacks and health problems just really underscores how important sleep is on a whole.
It is.
And they say it's one of the biggest things you can do to improve your health is make sure you're getting good sleep.
And to avoid the flu is to get a really good night's sleep because, it keeps your immunity up when you're well rested. Your body isn't run down and it's able to fight things a lot easier.
Yeah, that's the one thing I know that when one of the, the home remedies that my wife and I have used for our kids for, since we've been married is, the minute they get sick, we shut them down. Just
get some rest.
Shut them down. Go get some sleep, get some rest, do whatever you can to fall asleep and allow your body to exert its only energy in fighting the illness, fighting the infection or whatever the case may be.
Which is why it's so bad to eat late at night before you go to sleep because now you're asking your body to do digestion work.
Right.
When that's really when it does the maintenance and the upkeep on your body overnight when it can't do it any other time of the day. So you're taking away from what your body needs to do when you eat late at night.
What do you think the average time most people eat their evening meal is? Do you think it's like 6, something like that? Because we are different because we don't get off work until like 7 o'clock, don't get home and then start cooking until I usually don't eat till 8 or 8:15.
Or even later.
Yeah, you're right,
exactly.
depending on what's going on.
I would think for most folks between 6 and 7.
I think that, 6 o'clock.
Put that up as a question of the day, buddy.
Yeah.
Are we doing trivia tonight, by the way?
Oh, is it date night tonight, you guys?
You can't tonight. God, you know what? I think we're gonna have to call it good tonight because my girls are not in town. Our other team members.
Oh.
So unless I can drum up another team or leech onto another team,
I wouldn't want to do without them. That's my those are people I get to talk to Severance about.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, plus he's got new floors to play on. And an LED headboard, Jimmy. I'm sorry, trivia cannot win out over the LED lighted headboard.
You're not wrong.
Can you hook it up to music? Will it react to music like to some of the cool stuff?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know.
They're going to try that.
My Christmas lights do that now.
Yeah. You want to do that?
I bought with the app and all that stuff, so I could just put those in the room.
There you go.
Probably have something you can just plug it into, right? You plug it into the wall, and then you plug your headboard into this, and it can.
I can put in. Yeah, they make plugs that would react to sound.
Then you can just play Enigma on a loop, dude. That's what you got to do. All right. Well, daylight savings time, Saturday night, 2:00 in the morning. And the thing is, it's not even a thing anymore because all your stuff automatically upgrades.
Not all.
No, I have clocks in every room I have to go change.
That's really, because it's
I'm
weird.
a handful.
Yeah, even appliances are online now. So back in the day, it would be the only thing you had to do is you had to fix your microwave and your stove. But even those are Bluetooth now, and even they fix themselves.
Mine are not, and I like it that way. I think there's a lot of things we don't need to be. Everything does not need to be Wi-Fi just because it can, because it also creates a lot of that. There was a hack within the past few years.
Tab talked about this,
yeah, and it took advantage of all of that lesser stuff that's just out there that you can interfere with.
Right.
But I have a couple traditional digital clocks, which I like having them. I have a giant one, so I can see it without my glasses on when I wake up. I always play the game. All right, if I'm within 15 minutes of this time, I'm getting up, and I look, and like, nope, not yet.
Yeah, same thing.
I get to sleep. And don't forget it.
I just reuse my phone, so I just tap the thing on my phone and look at the number, and then roll back over.
It's also a good idea since we're going forward this weekend. Dentists remind you, good time to change your toothbrush.
Oh, yeah, and this is the time you're all supposed to upgrade your batteries and your smoke alarms, right?
And your CO2 detectors if you have those and they're battery-driven as well.
Yeah.
The smoke detector. As I was cleaning out the office for my new floors, I found a piece of paper where I wrote, I would write when I changed the batteries, I'm good.
All right.
Change them in 2019.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, it's not good. I know that body language. It is not good.
Yeah, 2019. Now, I know... Like when they go bad and then you hear the sound, it's like then I'll swap them out. But maybe I haven't been really diligent in keeping my notes and records.
And that's the most annoying thing in the house. When it starts chirping when the battery's dead. Man, I almost shotgun with a shotgun one time. I was like, oh my God, get out of here and stop that.
I will go after it with a broomstick like you have never seen.
I remember doing that one time, and mine were hardwired in one of my houses, and something had happened. Either the power browned out and came back, and it didn't reset or something. We could not figure it out, and I didn't know it was hardwired. And I said, I'm just taking this GD thing off the wall. Like, I'm doing all that, and I pull out, and there's a wire there. And I was like, oh, this is why. It's got perpetual power. It's going to chirp forever.
Forever and ever.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We'll talk about the congressional speech when we get back. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
There's a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Hancock Road. An accident slowing down traffic through the city on I-4 eastbound at Parr Street. The left lane's blocked there. There's an accident blocking the right lane on Colonial Drive eastbound after State Road 408. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Get the meal deal you really want. Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal gets you any sizzly breakfast sandwich, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown for just $5. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Did you know that mortgage guy, Don, also does commercial and SBA, Small Business Administration loans too? And if you have an existing SBA loan, say with a rate of 9% or more, then you're in luck. That mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Want to buy a business or franchise? That mortgage guy, Don, has your back and has over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. And you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
If your car's been totaled in a crash, you're entitled to collect what it retails for on the lot. But if insurance companies don't offer what you deserve, we're here to keep them honest. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Divorce is tough, but you don't have to go at it alone. Imagine building a team not to fight, but to win. 90% of divorce cases settle without a judge. At TK Law, our collaborative approach means you and your spouse work with lawyers, financial professionals, and mental health professionals to resolve issues with dignity and privacy. No court battles, just solutions. To protect your future, contact TK Law. We will help you navigate your divorce so you stay in control. OneFirmForLife.com.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Number 7 Skincare is here to get Orlando on the road to healthier looking skin with the Number 7 Skin Rehab Tour. Immerse yourself in the new Derm Solutions skincare experience when you catch a ride down to the Walgreens on the corner of International Drive and West Sand Lake Road. Jump on board a proper British double-decker bus filled with free product giveaways, skin analysis, and more this Friday, March 7th, 11:30 to 5:30, and Saturday, March 8th, 10 to 4. Visit number7beauty.com for more details. Come stop the cycle and rehab your skin.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Major wah-wah pedal.
Jim, I get so sick of hearing people complain about the time change. We've done it ever since I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And you know what?
What?
If it bothers you that much, go to bed an hour early or get up an hour later. And those people who have heart attacks because their clocks changed an hour, well, they're just victims of natural selection.
Okay.
So suck it up, Buttercup.
There you go.
Damn.
That's a hard day. All right. I'm the mad one, right?
Where is the proof that people are having heart attacks because of the time change? It makes no sense to me. I know Deborah mentions it every year. I'm not really buying into it because anybody can wake up an hour earlier any part of the year and they're not having heart attacks. At least I don't think so. And nothing is changing except the time. You go to sleep and you wake up and it's just an hour difference. I mean, I don't buy it.
You son of a bitch. You know damn well, even though you may not be angry, that just like me, stuff pisses you off every day.
It does.
Go to heart.org.
Yeah, heart.org.
Just go to heart.org.
There you go. You can read it.
Scientific research, whatever.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start putting a list of this stuff when I pull stories. I'm going to just put it up so everybody can go and read the story themselves. Or should I waste the time?
No. You shouldn't waste the time.
No,
And
let them do it themselves.
I like how angry Deb is because she's being called in the question. There are
do your research,
studies.
man.
Yeah, there are studies. I get it. Intellectually, it's
I
hard to
even said
understand.
it. I even said it's kind of hard to believe. It's weird.
So you get up an hour early, wow. But when you force a society to get up an hour earlier, and there is a spike in a certain health issue, the data's there.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a weird thing. I do not understand it myself, sir. But I mean, it's been reported for years that that's the case.
Conversely, aren't there less on the other day, the day after we return to normal time?
Yeah, they found no significance. It's just when we
that's
spring
a rip.
forward.
Come on, Deborah. I don't believe you.
There's no equity in your story, young lady.
Yeah.
You can go to National Institutes of Health.
I don't believe it.
And, whatever.
Ain't that where found
Good
you
luck
worked?
with your own myocardial infarction.
Oh, easy.
That's what got my dad.
That only happens in Jack's bed. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb, and Jack is here as well.
He is.
I watched most of the event last night. The speech, the address to Congress last night from President Trump. Did you watch any of it at all, Deb?
No.
Not even a little bit, huh? Jack, you watched the entire thing?
Yep.
I watched the lowlights today.
I had I watched part of it and I listened to it. I heard the whole thing because I had it. I was kind of doing stuff around the house, so I brought it up. I brought one of our sister station, the news station, on my smart speaker, and then I put it on television. So if I was in the living room, I'd see it, which I got to see. Al Green get tossed.
Yeah,
and then I heard the rest.
Yeah, I was listening to it back and forth sporadically as I was doing stuff around the house. And after about kind of 25 or 30 minutes of it, you kind of got it's a stereotypical Donald Trump speech, right? Stereotypical Donald Trump speech,
a rally speech,
like a rally speech, right? I mean, he does a lot of that self. It wasn't me, the whole world be coming to an end thing, which, I mean, you just kind of learn how to take that from Trump. That's just the way he speaks. And if you don't have that now since 2016 and you don't understand that's how he communicates, not all of it's going to be true. Not all of it's going to be, he's going to use a lot of rhetoric. And you
still
just
swinging at Joe Biden?
Still swinging at Biden, right? So the whole 9 yards. I will tell you the thing I took away from it the most. This is what I took away from it. I kind of expected everything that was going to happen from Trump. He did not surprise me in one shape, not one little bit. It was stereotypical Donald Trump. What I did not understand is the Democrats' response to it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Here's why I think Democrats have a massive problem with winning elections nationally. Is one thing, they do not have a leader in that, and they don't have a focus in their party. And then last night during this, they looked like kind of children as they were sitting there stewing.
Holding up their signs.
And holding up their signs. Now, the part that I also don't understand, and maybe you can help me understand this, Jack, because I don't get it, right? I can understand the policy stuff, right? If you're a Democrat and you don't agree with the policy stuff, if you don't agree with the cuts or the Doge thing, sit there, that's fine. But when they start kind of focusing on some of the other cultural issues that are going on, the cancer child that was brought in and deputized as a Secret Service agent because it was his dream for his life or whatever, I mean, they sat there. I don't understand. One of the topics I had here today was, at what point do you hold your party up to the point where it makes you look like a smaller person? Because that is on display for America. I didn't see the numbers from this thing last night. I don't know what the ratings were like, but
best ever.
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were pretty big. I mean, considering the state of what we're seeing in television every day, I'm sure a lot of people were tuning in and see exactly what was going on. And what they saw was a bunch of people that didn't seem like they wanted to engage at all. And I wonder how that plays nationally in the voting. I mean, in the voting play. I mean, they were look. I think everybody expects Democrats to not like it. That's completely understood. But there's some aspects of that speech last night that deserved applause from both sides of the aisle, regardless if you like or dislike Donald Trump or dislike the policies. There were some of those things that you probably could have clapped for that I think made you look kind of bad.
Yeah, I get that. But so first of all, they bring in these people, and it's a bit demonstrative. It's exploitative.
Yeah, and
but
everybody does it. They've been doing it on both sides for years, right?
Without a doubt. I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
That, all right, but I'm just saying. So it's really there to further your speech along, right?
Yeah.
Because it all fits the agenda of your speech.
It's a cog of it for sure.
Exactly. So the Democrats apparently had this. They went in with the notion that we are not going to stand up and clap at all. It's like you can't expect just because Donald Trump says, "Hey, I'm going to be doing good things, and we can work together." It's one thing for him to say that, but then it's another how he acts, and he's demonstrated for this early 6 weeks of his presidency. He gives 0 Fs what the Democrats thinks because he doesn't need them.
He does not need them.
He does not.
And did anybody expect? Did you expect anything different as a Democrat? You kind of what you expected, right?
No, I think this is more aggressive and more severe. I didn't expect thousands of government workers to lose their jobs on whims. Some of them hired back when they realized, oh, is that what you do?
And understood, but that's in my view, and again, I took this entire thing in just slowly, and that I understand. That's the part where you sit, right? That's the part as a Democrat where you sit. But the other aspects were the Lakeland Riley thing, and we understand how that's been politicized. But either way, when the policies come to help human beings rather than a party affiliation, those are the things I don't understand how you can't stand up or at least clap from your seat to show some support that there's humanity in that. I don't get it.
Yeah, and I don't like where we are. The fact that Al Green had to, shout and then be removed or holding up signs, but this is not where we started, right?
No.
Go back, it was Marjorie Taylor Greene calling out. You go back to Obama with Joe Wilson, a representative from South Carolina. That was the first breach, and I thought that was out of line, uncalled for.
Oh, yeah. He said he yelled out in the dead silence, "He lies," or "You lie," or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so it's been getting worse, more corrosive, more divisive, and it's where we are now. Am I mad they didn't stand up and applaud? No.
Yeah.
But am I happy that their protest? I thought it was, weak. Yeah. So it's like, I think the Democrats are also facing this void of leadership right now, which is common after the person who you were hoping was going to be your leader would have been the president, Kamala Harris. So when that doesn't happen, there is always a void. So now it's who's going to rise up. Is it a governor? Who's going to position themselves on the national scene to kind of take that lead? So they're trying to figure it out. But because the president doesn't need him, because he has the House, he has the Congress, and the Supreme Court for that matter, because he does not need the Democrats, he doesn't have to work with them. So he can do what he wants. And so if they're sidelined, they're getting grief. People want them to do more. Hey, do more to slow the roll of this president. And really, they're left with holding signs.
Yeah. I understand
that's all they can do.
Yeah, it was a weak showing for sure. People in the texting service are calling me out saying, blank you, Jimmy, and all this stuff. Look, I'm just asking questions here because I don't understand. And the other aspect of this is that, in my opinion, like if I was running the DNC or if I had an ability to talk to every Democrat that was in that room that night, I would say, you need to understand that you're on national television. This is going to be broadcast in too many countries, not just America. This is a global situation now with how this administration is running the White House now. This is a global situation. And if you plan on flipping votes in the future, let's say 2026, for the midterms, that kind of petulant behavior probably isn't playing well nationally. But what I'm saying is you got to remember, with Democrats, it won't matter, though, Jack, but people who are party line voters are going to party line vote. What I'm saying is if you plan on flipping seats and flipping voters from the turmoil that we're seeing now in the onset of these policies, how are you going to convince people that those are the people that you're going to do it with when that's the action?
Because that is the that is the alternative. Because when you see that 2-year, that off-cycle election, usually it is a referendum on what's happened the past 2 years.
Right, yes.
We saw with the Affordable Care Act, President Obama, pushed that through without any Republican help. They used that as a battle cry to, the Republicans use that as a battle cry to kind of to flip seat and get control again.
Yep.
So what I do know is politics moves. For all the times it moves slow, it moves fast. When it comes to election cycles, what we are talking about and voting for a year from now, the things that are happening today are going to seem like ancient history. And that's even 10 times more so true in the Trump administration, when things seem to always happen faster. That's what I remember. 2016, through that first Trump 1 term, things happened so much faster. It was exhaustive. I think people were just tired of how much it was everywhere. We saw that because people were tired of hearing about it, regardless of whether you supported him or not. It was just like it was omnipresent.
And I think the reason you're seeing the big push now is because I think Republicans kind of understand, because of the onslaught that's happening right now with policies and executive orders, 2026 is going to be very difficult to kind of get by. I mean, obviously, the RNC just told Republican senators to stop having town halls because they're getting inundated with people who are losing their jobs who voted for Trump. And
those are Democrats.
And there may be some of them, but it's not the majority of them. Come on, man, that ain't happening in Idaho. No. Get out of here with that. But
Jimmy, that was irony.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But with that said, it is going to be one of the. I think that this first 2 years you see are going to be a hardcore first push, because I think they're racing against the clock in 2026. I think they understand that a lot of this legislation is extreme for even maybe some voting Republicans, and that's what's going to happen. That's why I think you're seeing this before 2026.
See, if you voted for Trump, you're getting what you voted for.
Exactly, 100%.
I don't blame Trump. Trump is doing what he told you he was going to do.
100%.
I think really where the ire should lie is in the Republican Congress, the House and the Senate, for them abrogating their responsibility to be one of the checks and balances, and also all the flip-flopping for Zelensky alone.
The Russia thing has been very interesting for me. It has been.
That embarrassment in the Oval Office on Friday of a world leader like this. Even the video we didn't even talk about. The one of the crew there. I think he's a reporter. I think he's a husband to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Making fun, taking shots at Zelensky on not wearing a suit. Hey, why don't you wear a suit like this? It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Especially when Elon's in there in a T-shirt and a blazer and jeans every day.
You're talking
like in the Oval Office.
A world leader whose country is at war and has been for 3 years.
Yeah.
I just think it was embarrassing how it was treated and what happened in that meeting. But then you have to see the flip between Mike Johnson in the House. You look at Marco Rubio, all the positions they had supporting Zelensky and calling out Russia in the past. Now they have to
they're backtracking.
They have to walk those back.
Yeah, and Rubio made a statement in 2014. He's online today kind of walking back because it was in support for Ukraine and everything like that. I found the speech, again, very stereotypical. The thing that I thought was exactly what I just mentioned. I wonder how Democrats are going to kind of get beyond how it looked on TV, and I'm sure they'll deal with this in the election cycle as well. It's exactly what it was. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Real radio is is the News Junkie.
I know that we have a lot of officers who listen to the show. I hope that you find yourself in the good column. It's bad for a lot I think the kind of police officer that goes on power trips like that has stopped listening to you a while ago. Not true. Not untrue.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound after State Road 408. There's construction on Loma Avenue eastbound before Mitchell Hammock Road, blocking the right lane there. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways tonight on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. Slowdowns at the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike meets State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live now in our YouTube feed. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They are a licensed mortgage lender that can do so much more, from debt consolidation, commercial business lending, new construction lending, and the Move Up Buyers Program. Now, that can help you sell your current home so you can buy your forever home. You don't have to lose your dream home like, oh, man, how are we going to afford this? You go to WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They can use your current equity to finance your new home with their Move Up program. Contact Brad Siebert today. See what he can do for you. WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 150953. Equal housing opportunity.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Hey, Magic fans, it's me, Mike Bianchi. Meet me at Tom's Watch Bar this Thursday, 7 p.m. to watch your Orlando Magic take on the Chicago Bulls on their 150 big screens. I'll be there giving away great prizes. Let's go, Magic. See you there.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Every morning, the first thing you do is reach for your glasses. What if you reach for nothing because you didn't need them? At the Filutowski Eye Institute, we help people wake up to clarity every day. No more smudges, no more hassles, just sharp, effortless vision. Take the step to a lens-free life. Schedule your free consultation today with the Filutowski Eye Institute. Just dial pound 250 and say better vision. The Filutowski Eye Institute. Dial pound 250 and say better vision. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Bike Week is right around the bend. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week, February 28th through March 9th. They've got food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership located next to I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
Explore the mysteries of rural America in the investigative podcast Obscurum. Season 1, Invasion of the Drones, details the story of chilling aircraft sightings in the Midwest, sparking conspiracy theories and lies until the shocking truth was revealed.
There was a drone, then it actually rotated around our house, almost looking as if it was peering in each window of our home.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Obscurum and start listening.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Real Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, man, that's so good.
Still to come, we find out what's in the good sauce with Ross Padgett. Today at 6 on The Jim Colbert Show.
Gotta disagree with you on this one. The Republicans looked terrible because they clap and cheer for all the lies he said, every lie he said. When he ran for office, he didn't talk about taking over Panama or Greenland or anything else. He is well, I don't even need to say anything.
Just want to clarify for those of you that are going to bring up the transgender mice. The $8 million in spending was for transgenic mice, which meant that they had human-like cells in them, so then that way they can test out various things, how it would react with human cells. It was not transgender, it was transgenic. You don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't see that one. I didn't hear the transgender rats. I didn't hear that.
He also, at some point during the president's address to Congress last night, was talking about DOGE and the Department of Government Efficiency, headed by Elon Musk, and about how they, in the Social Security Administration that Elon has claimed is rife with corruption, but talking about how we have people on the rolls of 100 to 160 years old.
Yeah, he did a whole thing about that. Like he broke it down into brackets.
He did, and I'm wondering if that's them misreading the data again. Like it's happened before. Like when they got this information and they're like, "Oh, it's 8 billion." No,
it's 8 million.
8 million. Yeah, kind of. It's like
the $105 million or $1 billion they said they found is not accurate at all. Matter of fact, it's probably less than 50. But yeah. And by the way, it was kind of weird. The Elon Musk thing again is so bizarre to me in this administration. It really is. Because
what did he wear last night?
He wore a suit and they did like a commercial for him almost. I mean, he called him out like 2 or 3 times and he was standing up. It was really weird, man. It was bizarre. I never seen anything like that one. That's for sure.
You know what moment I did like is the kid, and again, it was performative that they do it because there's a benefit to it. But for this kid, he wanted to go to West Point. He'd applied. His dad died in the military. He was, serving, and that his dream was to go to West Point. And then the president announced that you're accepted to West Point.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
So that was a pretty neat moment.
Yeah. And they all, in any address to Congress during this time, the same kind of thing. I mean, both parties kind of have done things like that. They bring out these cultural stories that have come. The Lincoln Riley thing was, and that way, actually was a little surprising for me because if I remember right, I remember Laken Riley's father, now not his mom or not her mother, but the father was starting to beg Fox News and some other conservative media outlets to stop using her as a pawn, like a political pawn. And he was not there last night. The mother and I think her sister was there last night, but the dad was not.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was because of the disagreement on how they framed that whole thing or how that has been used. I do not know. But it was last night, and it was an hour and 40 minutes long. That was extensive.
The longest
one ever, I believe, right? Yeah. And it's so funny. I did notice, I was telling Jack a little bit this morning about it. I did notice some similarities because, Trump has this speaking thing where he likes to, he'll say something and he'll go, obviously it's like the best ever or whatever, the tallest ever, highest ever, most ever. He likes to, he loves those superlatives.
Yeah.
And he has these little trailing comments.
Yeah.
Like he goes, something like, they say billions and billions have been spent. Nobody knows. Right? And I was like, he reminds me of Ron Burgundy. Like I was like, I started calling him Don Burgundy last night because that scene from the Anchorman where they're sitting in there and he goes, San Diego. Nobody really knows the origin. And Christine Applegate goes, yeah, it means this. And he goes, nope, it means a whale's vagina. And it was just kind of funny how it was like that because he did that a lot throughout the evening. But, it's just how he talks, I guess.
It's like, he's reading off script, but then he'll just like repeat them and then sometimes, adjust them and riff on them a little bit. But it does like trail off. Yeah. I never noticed that.
Nobody knows. Yeah. Nobody. I'm like, yeah, they probably know. You can just Google it, but then nobody knows. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Jesse Eisenberg, you guys are familiar with the actor Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yeah, his movie was nominated, and he was nominated for a director.
Yeah, and then, of course, he's been in another movie that was Oscar nominated. He was in The Social Network, was also nominated for Oscars.
And Zombieland. Also nominated.
A quirky guy.
Yeah.
Kind of plays himself, I think, in a lot. He just kind of got an interesting kind of designation, and I wanted to ask what you guys would do in this scenario. He has now been awarded citizenship to a European country. Did you guys see this?
No.
No? And it's kind of a weird, like you would never think, hey, man, I got dual citizenship. Guess where I'm a citizen now.
Liechtenstein.
No.
Estonia. No. Latvia.
Hello? You're closing in.
Slovenia.
You're closing in.
Croatia.
Ukraine.
Who has the most jokes about them?
Poland.
Poland is the answer.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he just did that movie about traveling to Poland to visit his grandmother's grave her hometown.
He has been awarded Polish citizenship by President Andrzej Duda after telling the story of a Jewish population during World War II in his Oscar-winning film A Real Pain.
Yeah.
So he got, and I guess he didn't have to go through the vetting process. They just kind of gave it to him like you would give some celebrity a ceremonial degree to a higher institution of education.
Or that you can now buy here for $5 million.
Yeah, you can buy here for $5 million, right?
Or maybe because he had, a familial relationship already there.
Yeah.
It made it easier.
He said he directed and starred in the film, right? Two American cousins who travel to Poland and honor their grandmother, a Holocaust survivor who was based on Eisenberg's own grand aunt. So he got citizenship. If you had an opportunity to get citizenship to another country, what would it be? Where you could just come and go as you will. I mean, just walk in and out like anything else. Where would it be? And why? I think that's the more important question. Why would you want to do that? I thought about this all day and couldn't come up with one. Because there's so many other things. I mean,
you've never been to any.
Well, I've never been to Europe, that's for sure. I've not been over to Europe.
You've been to Canada?
I've been to Canada.
Okay, there you go.
I've been to Canada. I've been to Mexico.
World traveler, you.
I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been everywhere a cruise ship goes, Jack.
I was going to say Mexico. Anything other than the cruise port.
I am your well-seasoned cruise port traveler, Jack.
Yeah.
I know all the good T-shirt shops. I know where you can get the good weed and bleeze. I don't know. Deb, would it be Colombia for you because of your connection there?
I mean, it would, but I also would love England, the British
England.
Isles.
Yeah, you have a connection with there.
Oh, Cornwall's one of my favorite places on the planet.
Yeah, England wouldn't be that bad. I guess that would be a good place to go. Because that gets
Portugal.
Let me ask you a question. If you're a citizen of England or Britain, whatever the case may be, and let's say you want to go to France or Spain or Germany, do you have to have a passport to get in, or can you just cross those lines like we would drive into another state? But I mean, we can't do that with Canada. You go through a checkpoint to get into Canada, although it's part of North America. And the same thing with Mexico.
I think it's changed since Great Britain is no longer part of the EU.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
They may have to cross the channel with their passports. I can't remember because when I went with the train under the English Channel from London to Paris,
right? Yeah,
I do believe I had to bring my passport.
So they check it before you get on the plane.
Then I'm an American, so I believe that would have been required. For a British citizen, I don't know. And for a European citizen, I believe because they have an EU passport, it does allow them to travel.
Just go to those countries, right?
You can go to Austria for the afternoon.
Right, Portugal, whatever the case may be, Italy.
I would love to go to Portugal.
See, Portugal's one of those ones that never gets talked about. It's absolutely...
See, I hear great things about it.
Everything is about, like, the waves, the food, the people, everything.
Everything about that country is supposed to be amazing. I've heard Spain is amazing. Yeah, I did read a story the other day online about a woman who packed up everything and moved to France. It was like her romantic dream because she saw a bunch of movies that made France look so amazing. You know, every day was just getting baguettes and walking to the Eiffel Tower and having lunch on the lawn.
Right.
And it turned out to be not even close to that. Now she's like miserable.
Of course.
She got over there and the culture is not exactly what she thought it was. And the people aren't what they thought they were. It wasn't like a rom-com starring Kate Hudson.
You got to do a little more homework than just watching movies.
I don't know if that's exactly what she used to make her entire decision, but I think that probably fueled quite a bit of it.
Did you even Google it? Because plenty of people do their content on that.
And what they're finding is that that's what's happening with people moving to Florida, right? They're looking at all the benefits. Well, let's see, no state income tax, beautiful weather all year long. Let's move to Florida. And then they get here and go, wait a minute. Houses cost what here?
Oh, yeah. Home insurance
cost what here?
Exactly.
Car insurance cost what?
Yeah, the traffic's like what?
I have to pay to travel on the roads?
Right, exactly.
And it ends up becoming a very expensive lesson.
Where do we stand nationally in gas prices? Are we one of the most expensive states for gas?
No,
or we're not?
no, California.
Well, I know that for sure. We know that. But what I'm saying is, where do we stand in that hierarchy? Because I know you go to Georgia, and the minute you cross the line in Georgia, it's 60 cents cheaper a gallon.
A bit of an exaggeration, but it's relatively low. When they say the national average, they always report on the national average. Florida is always under the national average.
Is it really?
Usually.
I've always noticed it.
I think the bigger issue is not only what our gas prices are, but do any other states even pay the tolls that we have to pay? You almost have to fold that into your price per gallon because...
Well, that's exactly when we move out to Eustis. My son's staying with us, but he's almost done with college. He's staying with us for doing that. He's got to drive over to Oviedo for his job. And, and if you don't take toll roads from Eustis to Oviedo, let me tell you,
take a few hours.
That's over an hour for sure. But man, those tolls are no joke. Those things add up in a hurry. You heard Scott talking earlier,
right?
Back and forth to work every day costs him like $15 in tolls, and then the gas to drive 31 miles there, 31 miles back.
So even though California may be paying over $4.50 for a gallon of gas, do they have to pay tolls? Because $3.09 sounds great till you add in that $15 a day one way.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is a bit of an exaggeration, Jack. $2.88 in Dalton, Georgia right now. The average price in Atlanta is around $2.95. And in Florida right now, in gas stations near us, I think it's like $3.06 or $3.07 or something like that.
I've been seeing in the upper twos.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Yeah. Well, I have to fill up when I tonight or tomorrow, but I paid $3.06 when I got gas last time. But look, man, if it's 3 days ago, you don't know.
We'll leave work, follow me, we'll go to Costco. I'll swipe my card, you get your gas.
How much is it?
That is love.
I paid $2.87.
$2.87. Damn, that's good, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like $4 or $5 savings.
And it's like on the way.
Yeah. That's
sounds like he's going to kidnap you or something. Didn't it sound a little weird?
That's a Costco scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, just follow me with
their gas card. They've expanded it because the one by us, there was always a line. They took over the corner lot, and they have 3, 6, 9, 12 pumps. Yeah, 3, 6, 18. And it's always full.
Oh yeah, it's packed. I remember because when I owned my print shop, I was a member of Costco. And we would go there and buy, office supplies and stuff because it was so much cheaper than buying it from the print suppliers. And I remember when they built that first couple of bays there at that Costco, and I was like, oh, look at there, selling gas. Like, they just started doing it. I had no idea they'd turned it into a freaking Wawa.
Yeah, they can fit about 12 cars in this one. This one, they can fuel up 18 at a time, and there's always another line. But they have a light overhead, and it's like green or red, and you know if the spot is open. And there's enough room where you can pull around the other cars and get in. And,
it's like the DL, like the driver's license place, where it just gives you a little light where you can go up.
Yeah.
Man, why do you have a Costco card, though? Do you have it just because of gas? Because doesn't it cost you, don't you have to pay a yearly fee for that?
Someone does.
Oh, this is the company's card. You are such a cheese bag, dude.
I offered to help you. I'm taking you with me. Come on, let's go.
You're such a cheese.
Well, I don't understand that. Wait, I have the company card. I'm using it. Should I buy another one on top of it?
I know I'm not saying that, but I'm going to have to buy one. I don't have to follow you to Costco every damn day.
You need gas every day?
Deb, you and I should go in on one. I think it's like $17. It'll be like $17 each. Isn't it like $35 for a membership there or something? Or that's what it was in like 88. 60?
It might be 120.
No, it's not.
Time out. Right, I got to write down the time where Jim gets angry.
$120 to go in and shop and spend money at a store? So it's like a grocery store with a cover charge?
I think the base membership is 60. Yeah.
Somebody said Costco was $2.91 in Altamont today.
Wow.
That's mine. That would be the one I would go to.
Yeah.
It went up 4 cents. Sorry, dude. Missed out.
How many gallons that thing hold you drive?
15.
God, same here. What's it average cost you to fill that thing up?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the 30s.
Oh, then I have more than that. I think because mine's like $56. So I don't know about you guys. I run that ish down to the red line before I fill it up.
I try not to. I when it fills up, it tells me I have 585 miles on the tank.
God almighty. I don't get quite that. My little truck does pretty well, but I don't get that. But it costs me about $56 to fill my truck up every time.
So I've been fighting this. I'm a little upset. I was averaging 44 miles to the gallon.
What happened, Jack? Did it drop to 43.8?
No, he started going faster.
It's 43.9.
Oh.
I think it's the tire pressure. My tire pressure's now down to 31 because I can bring that up, right? Right. But it was when it was cold, and I'm wondering, wait.
He's taking ladies.
Yeah.
He is married. Somebody married him. Something married him.
When it's cold, she benefits from this. She benefits from my frugal ways. When it's cold and the tire pressure drops, are you supposed to fill it at that time?
No, you can't do that because it actually, as the tires hit the thing, they warm back up.
Right, exactly. I was going to ask you that when it was really cold because there was a couple of days when I got in the morning, it was like, tire pressure. But then when I got in at the end of the day, it was back to normal. So I was all confused, Jack.
Now, do you have winter air or summer air in?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
here's
still
the deal.
Have winter air.
No, I rotate.
Oh, do you really?
I rotate.
Very nice.
He's smart. And he put a note in there that said the last time he put in winter air.
Winter air up front, summer air in the back.
All right, I like it.
Just like a mullet.
All right.
Just like a mullet.
Party gas.
That's right.
All right.
Business in the front.
407-916-1041. Text us.
Party in the back.
7703. Load them up, guys. It's trivia time. Race and movie tickets on the line. We'll do that next.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings, the official partner of the NBA.
The Magic are getting set for their next game after a tough loss to Toronto. Orlando looks to right the ship tomorrow. They take on Chicago. College hoops will roll on tonight when 5th-ranked Florida visits number 8 Alabama, while UCF, they'll host Oklahoma State. And George Mason broke a 42-year-old Division I baseball record yesterday when he scored 23 runs in a single inning against Holy Cross. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, this is almost like a cheat code for your long-term health, guys. It really is. You know, if you have heart disease in your family history, I urge you to get over to Life Imaging FLA and get this free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Basically, it is an ability for you to look inside inside your chest to make sure that nothing is brewing in there that's going to cause you problems down the road. And if you have heart disease and your family has an issue with that, man, you could really benefit from this. Find out in advance if you have something happening. That's called being proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't wait for a symptom because, man, I got to tell you, sometimes those symptoms are the worst things ever. I think in like 30% of heart disease cases, the very first symptom is you drop dead right there on the spot. So get over to Life Imaging FLA and get this free heart scan. And remember, no dyes. You don't take your clothes off. No injections. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what we did. Get over there and get this done. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well because early detection does save lives. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do, guys. Pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. It is time to make the call. It's time to get over there and get this scan from Life Imaging FLA. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Now through March 31st, get great deals on everything you need for your lawn and garden at Tools Ace Hardware. Miracle Grow Potting Mix, Sunnyland Fertilizers, and Mulch are all on sale. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions and will gladly load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizers for you. Also, check out the biggest sale ever from Steel Outdoor Power Equipment at Tools' 11 full-line steel locations, or bring in your equipment for a quick tune-up for the season. Tools Ace Hardware's 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery.
I used to think just one more hit, one more drink, I'll quit tomorrow. It was always tomorrow. I fell back into the same habits, looking for answers in drugs and alcohol. Recovery is a journey, a daily choice, and this time I have support. I was nervous, but once I called 407 Recover, it was easy to get help. I'm proud of myself for changing my life. Own your recovery today. Call 407 Recover.
Sponsored by Central Florida Cares and the State of Florida Department of Children and Families.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get one line for $25 per month when you bring your phone.
Really? Only $25 a month for one line, and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's 50% off a Total 5G unlimited plan.
Visit your nearest Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online in the Total Wireless retail stores.
Have you found your new favorite feature on the iHeartRadio app yet?
Presets and lyrics. This is so good.
I've been telling all my friends. Wait, you guys aren't using this yet?
You're missing out. Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
to the Jim Colbert Show.
Good afternoon, Colbert Show. This is Jason in Palm Bay.
Hey, buddy.
I got about 22 gallons in my truck, and it is the absolute worst when gas gets so high and the total goes over $75 at some gas stations or $100, and you got to make 2 transactions just to fill up your tank.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
that's
the
right.
absolute worst.
Oh, God.
Hey, how's it, Ohana?
What's up?
Oh, welcome back, brother Jack. Anyway, yeah, I paid $2.87 today. And funny, across the street was $3.19. That's whack. Big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we didn't do bad over here on the beach side. You would think gas would be expensive, but not hard to find some of the best deals around, it seems. You know, you get your places that are high or low, but we don't do bad over here. Aloha.
Aloha, brother.
Aloha. Someone just texted in a really good tip, 77031. I was just wondering this the other night. If you see a fueling truck at your gas station, don't pump gas. It mixes up all the crap on the bottom of the tank.
Oh, wait till they wait a little bit or something?
I guess.
Yeah, here's the deal. It's not practical anymore. And I've been telling that since the 80s when I used to pump gas. That was always the thing, that if they're fueling it, it's stirring up everything, and all that stuff that settled to the bottom of the tank is now getting fueled. But I've also come to learn they also have filter systems in there to prevent that from getting into the gas.
And they pull the gas from the bottom, right? Because the water rises to the top of it in those tanks. There's always a little bit of water in those tanks, right?
Well,
yeah, I think it pumps from the bottom, doesn't it?
I think it does pump from the bottom. However, there should be no water in that. We would also have to do a test. How they used to measure how much gas was a giant stick.
Yeah, I remember. I used to remember those.
Yeah, I was going to call it a yardstick, but it's much bigger than a yard.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-yard stick, and you drop it in and you see what the level is. Now, when you want to check for water in the gas, there's a little paste you would put on the end of it, and if it changes color, then you know there's water in there.
I'll be damned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Still blowing my mind.
Jack is here, and he's got the Jackie sack. What's in it, Jackson?
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack.
Couple of cool prizes. Let's get it going with a pair of tickets to the 83rd running of the Daytona 200.
There you go.
This is happening this Saturday at the iconic racetrack, also known as the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway.
Speedway.
They've tested the skills of the most top motorcycle racers for over 70 years. You can be there this Saturday if that's what you choose. Our winner will also have the option to maybe get a pair of advanced screening passes to see the new adventure ride, Novocaine.
Novocaine.
You can see Novocaine with seat
Novocaine.
motion and environmental effects that put you in the heart of the action. You will feel it in 4DX at Regal. This screening is on March 10th of this year, so you know, at the Regal Waterford Lakes, and guests will get to see this adventure ride in 4D.
4D.
Those are your prizes, Jim. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Jack.
Get it going, clickety-clack.
2, 3, 4, or 5, young lady.
Let's do 2.
2. Well, hold on for a second. Yes, 2. How you doing there, Jackie?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
Doing great. Would you like to play a little game with us, Jackie?
Yes, I would.
Let's do it then, Jackie.
Is he the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game? Can he be both? Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
All right, Jackie, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. It is a lie.
No.
I'm trying to fool you, Jackie. This is the name of the game. But if you can see through my guys, I will send you over to the Jackie Sack where you can choose something cool for yourself. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1836, Samuel Colt creates the very first revolver pistol, the Colt Patterson. Here are 3 fun facts about handguns and guns, and 1 misfire of a lie.
Oh, that's so clever.
All right, here we go. Talking about guns, which one of these is not true? Number 1, the oldest gun company in the world is the Beretta Firearms Company. It started in 1526 in Italy. Number 2, although America only represents 5% of the world's population, it owns 45% of the world's firearms. Number 3, Samuel Colt was only 19 years old when he received his patent for his revolver. Or lastly, the crosshairs in early precision rifle optics were silk threads from the Black Widow Spider. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with number 2.
Number 2 is absolutely true, unfortunately, or fortunately, how you want to do it. America only represents 5% of the world's population, but it owns 45% of the world's guns.
I thought it may have been higher than that.
Yeah. Let's see. Are we doing 3, 4, or 5, young lady?
We're doing 3.
3 right there. Martin, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Glad to hear that, buddy. We're talking about guns here. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, the oldest gun company in the world is the Beretta Firearms Company. It started in 1526 in Italy. Number 2, Samuel Colt was only 19 years old when he received his patent for his revolver. Or lastly, the crosshairs in an early precision rifle optics were silk threads from a Black Widow Spider.
As a major gun enthusiast, I think I know the answer, and that would be Colt and his patent.
Yeah. How old was he, buddy?
He had to be younger.
He was only 16 years old. You're a winner.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Yay!
All right. He was only 16 years old when he received his patent for that revolver, which changed a lot of things, a lot of places. There you go, buddy. You're a winner, and you called in at the perfect time, Jackie. Or Martin, you've won. Yes, the oldest gun company in the world is the Beretta Firearms Company, and it was started in Italy in 1526. Still selling guns, by the way.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah, Sam Colt was only 19 when he got his patent for the revolver.
16.
Or 16, yeah. And then the crosshairs and early precision rifle optics were silk threads from a Black Widow Spider.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. A couple other things you may not know about guns before we get to the top of the hour and talk to our buddy Ross Padgett. The Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz carried a gun.
In the movie?
In the movie. If you'll remember, when they were getting scared by the wizard, he actually pulls out an old 6-shooter and holds it up. You can actually see the still shots.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, how about that? The Scarecrow was packing.
Show title.
How about this one? Yeah, there you go. The Daisy Outdoor Company originally manufactured what?
BB guns?
No. This is a great story. Windmills. But when you would buy a windmill, they would give you a BB gun as a bonus gift. The windmills were dog-s, but people loved the BB gun, so they quit manufacturing windmills and started only making BB guns.
Well, it turns out the windmills were good for BB gun target practice.
That's exactly it. It says the Daisy Outdoor Company originally manufactured windmills and gave customers BB guns as a bonus with every purchase. The BB guns became so popular, the company stopped making windmills altogether.
There you have it.
The longest sniper kill shot ever was by a Canadian sniper named Rob Furlong. He hit his target and killed the target from how far away?
In feet, miles, yards, what?
Well, I'm not going to give you that.
1.5 miles.
That is exactly the answer.
No way.
Yeah, 1.5 miles away.
How is that possible?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean,
wait.
I don't know how much a round drops.
How could you even see that far?
I don't even know what millimeter. I don't want to offend the gun guys out there, but it's got to be like a 7.6 or higher, and it's got to be a specific kind of round to fly that true for that far.
I'm just wondering how you see that far.
Yeah, well, they do it with they have a spotter when they do that. Like when the snipers usually have a spotter, they have a scope, but then they have a spotter to let them know, what they're looking at and stuff like that. I think that's how it goes.
That's the craziest.
And then lastly, during the Civil War, a skilled soldier could fire and repack his muzzleloader how many times in a minute?
4.
5. 3 is the answer. Good job, Dev. Oh, you got Sean!
Sean got shot.
I think our buddy Jim Phillips shoots muzzleloaders 2 or 3 times a week. And what?
Him and his black powder guns.
He does. He shoots black powder guns. That's damn impressive, by the way.
Listen.
To shoot around, repack that muzzle, reload that, and shoot it again 3 times in 1 minute, that is no joke.
That was something that we learned when we went to Fort Sumter, how quickly they could reload those cannonballs. It was...
Man.
I was amazed they could do it that quickly, and same thing with a black powder gun.
Well, congratulations, Martin. You're a winner.
Yay.
Get yourself something from the old Jackie Sack, some race tickets in there, some movie tickets.
That sounded wrong.
And we'll get to the top of the hour and talk to our buddy Ross Padgett. We'll do that right after this. Stay put.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike northbound at the ramp junction where it meets State Road 429. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 westbound between Osceola Parkway and through that World Drive area. Traffic slowing down on Orange Blossom Trail near the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Just travel with caution on the roadways tonight. They're getting busy. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the NickleyGroup.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Man, here in Central Florida, you guys know it as well as I do. The weather is a straight-up roller coaster ride. My goodness, 85 one day, 65 the next. That is why you need a reliable AC company to take care of everything that keeps your house livable. And for me, without question, that is Mills Air. For Jack, for Deb's mom, for Ross and his family, these guys have killed it in business since 92. That's 30 years of experience keeping you nice and cool, and their techs are awesome people. They know these brands inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They are going to repair it. But check it out. If you do need a new unit, if you get to that point, you are in good luck. These guys are carrier factory authorized dealers, and that means something. Up to $1,275 in rebates, possibly towards your brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. These guys are great. You're going to love doing business with them. Call today. Schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Eustace Roofing. Just met these guys a couple weeks ago. What wonderful, wonderful people. This business has been around since 1959. And you guys know how crazy the roofing business is. To be in that business for 65 years and have over 1,000 5-star reviews, they are certainly doing something right. Matter of fact, so right that in 2021, they won National Roofing Company of the Year. National, guys. They know what they're doing and they take pride in their work. They even have no interest financing for you as well. Serving all of Central Florida, and you see those metal roofs that are so beautiful, like those are great, right? They can manufacture those on site so it fits your house perfectly, no issues whatsoever. Matter of fact, they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by just cleaning or rejuvenating your home roof, adding years to it. They're great. You're going to love doing business with them. If you have a roof situation, call them or get them online. It's eustaceroofing.com. You can schedule your free estimate there. That's eustaceroofing.com.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th, March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Round. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not the type to sue. I get it. But you also weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't ask to be injured. You didn't ask for these medical bills. And you didn't ask for your car to be smashed up. Want to fight to hold them accountable? Just call Mo.
It's time to let your hair down, gear up, and experience massive horsepower and freedom from riding your brand new Harley Davidson. Trade in your not-so-new bike for a brand new one. Visit Space Coast Harley for Bike Week events, including 1 to 2 bands daily, bikini competition, the Harley Davidson dealer truck on location, February 28th through March 2nd, demo ride at 2025, and too much to list. Stop by or check out the calendar at spacecoastharley.com.
Eustis Roofing. New roof, no mess. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Okay, so I'm stuck at home and I'm watching the show on the YouTube feed. At the top of my screen of a TV, I see a sign that says, "My mic is muted." If I have to sit here and listen to this, why can't my mic be on? I have things that need to be said, things that need to be heard. Jack, turn my damn mic on.
Jack, turn the mic on, buddy. Let this guy do his job.
Mike Buzzer Larson here. I am so mad. Somebody keeps calling my number, sneezing, and hanging up. You know what, Jimmy?
What?
I'm getting sick and tired of these cold calls. Quack jobs in my contract. Give me a buzzer.
Hey, we're just talking about that sniper guy from Canada. We got a lot of gun enthusiasts in the crowd. I think that's kind of great, but this stat is crazy. I don't know if you read this, Jack. I asked what caliber the round was. Guy says probably a 50 cal BMG. I don't know what that means. They can shoot much farther than 2 miles. I read that at 1 mile, the bullet drops 26 feet. So that means whoever's doing the shooting has to calibrate their scope, so when they're aiming at this dude's head, the gun is actually aiming 2 stories above this cat's head. And that's only a mile. So that means you theoretically think it's another 13 feet on top of that. So he's aiming basically at the top of the building to hit somebody on the bottom floor.
Yeah, we have a couple talkbacks talking about the rate at which a bullet will drop. We'll get those on the next read.
Yeah, very cool. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well, and every single Wednesday at 8 o'clock on this radio station, we play a little show called Good Sauce.
Good Sauce.
You've heard of his host. You've heard of it. He's a big fringe guy. That's the only place I know him from, but, man, he's really good at that. Pretty good golfer.
I see him at Orlando City games.
Yeah, pretty good golfer.
How is he as a gamer?
As a gamer, I don't know. Pretty good, I guess.
He's fair to middling.
Got himself a nice-looking wife, though. He's got him a dime of a wife.
Oh, married up.
Oh, yeah, married up. His kid is already 18. He ate an entire pork roast last night for dinner. You guys give it up good and loud for Mr. Ross Padgett.
Hey! Woohoo!
So happy to be here because I'm not going to lie, Jack, as the program director of 104.1, I got good news for you.
Yeah?
Tonight's episode. It's a good one, dude. It's a dandy. It's a delight. It's a zip. It's a zap. And it's a zop. It's
What
so
happened?
much fun.
What happened to tonight's episode? Lean up so I can hear you better. Because when you lean forward, I can hear you better. Are you there?
Oh, that's odd because I'm using headphones. So let me tell you straight up, we got into a pretty heated argument right before we hit record.
Did you really?
And the argument, yeah, the argument was so funny to me, though, that I was like, we're going straight to it. So we talked about our top 5. Now, Deb.
Yes.
I know you're not the biggest basketball fan, and I don't want to lose you here.
All right.
But you start thinking about your monstars of a basketball team. Please don't make it basketball players. You can have anybody ever running point guard, but here's the rule. Whatever that person was good at then gets, translated into basketball skills for this hypothetical basketball.
Okay, so you're saying that the basketball team is made of monstars, like Frankenstein, Dracula, the werewolf?
Oh, God, he doesn't even understand the Space Jam reference. Back it up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I never saw the movie, dude. I'm an adult.
I didn't either.
It's fine. It's not Citizen Kane, but still, it's a cornerstone for an entire generation.
I understand. Look, I'm not discounting the fact that it was very important culturally. I just never saw it. Tell me about the Monstars.
Yeah.
What are they?
It's not on the AFI list.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is that you can choose anybody for this hypothetical basketball team. Let me give you an idea.
Okay,
okay.
All right.
Who I have playing as my 2 guard, the greatest shooting guard that could ever exist.
Muhammad Ali.
It's Flubber.
Oh.
Flubber, Jack. He's going everywhere. He can play defense. He can play offense.
All right.
And also, I made this joke on the pod, and this is a little weird one, but he can play offense, defense. Really kind of depends on how much you drink that night.
Yeah.
Just saying, Flubber would make a good shooting guard. Flubber would also make one hell of a pet. And then we also find out what Renato has for his starting 5. So now that you have an example, Jim, who do you have running for your, deity basketball team? Who's running point guard for Jim Colbert? 3, 2, 1. Give it to me.
Okay. You build me up too fast, dude. Hey, this can't be it has to be a character. It can't be a person.
It could be anything. My small forward was banana peppers.
I'll tell you what.
There's no rules.
Running point for me is stuffed mushrooms.
Okay, guess what? Now, give me a reason why you got stuffed mushrooms, though, running point.
Okay, because they got a lot of ingredients that make them very good at a bunch of different things. They got a little bit of mushroom, they got a little bit of onion, they got a little bit of breadcrumb, they got some cream and butter in there. So they have a lot of weapons to use. That doesn't make any sense.
Overall,
overall skill set.
What I hear is that you're just not getting what I'm asking you to do.
You just told me the banana peppers play for your basketball team. I'm trying to play along.
When you need zip coming off the bench, that's when you go banana peppers, an underrated role player who's going to be there, never missing a minute. You see what I'm getting at? It's not rocket science.
Okay, I've got it. I've got it right then. It's a fat guy at the office. A fat guy at the office. You know why? Because he knows how to dunk donuts. Get it? Dunking donuts in his coffee. Dunking the basketball. Right. Is that good? Fat guy in the office. Jack, am I still missing?
Jack, someone.
Hey, can we just do this tomorrow?
Point guards don't dunk, Jim. Point guards don't. That's not their thing. You could have the fat guy running, power forward if he's in the paint. Fat guy in the office.
Make Jack do it.
It makes sense.
Make Jack do it. So I'm not the only stupid looking one.
Jack.
Point guard, Ricochet Rabbit. Oh, God. Bing, bing, bing. He's all over. Ricochet Rabbit. Yeah.
It's a cartoon from the 40s.
Yeah.
He's trying to make some, he's making some updated references. We talked about this before the program.
He's all over the place. You can't catch the guy. I mean, that's who's going to move the ball around. Let's go. Ricochet Rabbit.
Dude, I just had the sudden blast of taste of taffy in my mouth all of a sudden. Anybody else taste a Necco wafer right now? Next answer. Deb, who's running point guard? It can be anybody. It can be any entity.
No, it can't. It cannot, Deborah. It cannot be stuffed mushrooms.
Oh, no, it can be. He will just chastise you for it. Because he came with a surly attitude.
Oh, he does have a bad attitude today.
I've done my research. It is his hair. It looks nice. It looks like he's got a haircut.
Nah, it looks like he's angry.
I'm going with Rotundus temperamentus, or better known as Pound, from the Monstars.
Oh, wow. But he said it couldn't be a monster.
Actually taking
Literal.
No, it could be anything.
Yep.
She's going with a literal monster.
Yeah, and his name is
Which-
Pound.
If you ask me, opportunity missed. You could have gone with miniatures or whoever the king of miniatures are. You could have gone with just the concept of cheese.
The concept of cheese. So tell me then, Mr. I know everything about this stupid thing, how the concept of cheese is able to play point guard. Where's the jump? And why are you journaling?
No, I have notes because we took this seriously. Okay?
God. I'm talking to him, and he just whips out a book. I'm like, it wasn't that bad of an answer, buddy. You don't have to write it down.
I think it's his gratitude
Grilled
journal,
cheese.
and he's thankful for you.
Grilled cheese makes a good point card because he's going to cover whoever's going down court. All right? And it's like, what does Gary Payton and cheese have in common?
Gary Payton's
Covering.
called the glove. That's right. Covering.
Surrounding.
I don't
defense. When I think of cheese, I think of defense. What happens when you eat too much cheese, dude? You get plugged up. That's cheese playing defense on your body. Deb nailed it. You went with stuffed mushrooms, dude. Oh.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, Jimmy.
That was bad.
Deb
Unbelievable.
That was dumb.
That was really dumb.
Deb nailed it?
Yep.
That's nailed.
You heard it, right?
You nailed it.
Yep.
He didn't even understand what you said.
Yep.
He didn't.
Sure he
and
did.
he's reading out of his Bible or something while we're doing this.
You went with stuffed
about
mushrooms,
this?
dude.
Deb nailed it because even though she didn't say cheese, I said cheese. Still, she wins. That's how it works.
It doesn't seem
But
fair.
that's not all. It's not. Well, speaking of not fair, you know what's also part of episode 46?
What's that?
We had the saucies over on Jim Colbert Show. The Oscars was this past weekend, and I was much like everybody else. I was confused, but we did give
a Nora. What is that? Never heard of it.
It sounds like a medication for erection disorders. Take a Nora.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those drugs that's also like, hey, if you have ED and ankle swelling, this covers both bases.
It sounds like a James Cameron character.
Should have been on the Titanic.
That was the delicious version of James Cameron.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
Like Avatar.
But we have the Saucers. We give out for because the Oscars is a little too pinky up, little too bougie sometimes.
Yeah, and how did you think about the movie selections this year? Were kind of weird. I didn't really recognize a lot of the selections, like any of them. Well, a couple of them. I knew the one that got all the juice is the Emily Perez thing or whatever.
Amelia Perez.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Her.
Or
yeah, whatever.
Pronouns, right?
That's what happens. That's what happens with the Oscars, right? We all pretend to be super artful and caring for like a couple months right before the award show to be like, oh, I remember when they did this. And honestly, I can say that because I am that person. I love movies. I love the artsy movies. I love the movies with a message. But here over at Good Sauce Studios, Patch House Productions, we don't do that. We're the people dying on the Titanic, and we give out awards. I'll give you one little Saucer. The first ever Saucer goes out to the best homeless man.
The best homeless man in a movie this year?
Yeah.
God, I mean,
no.
Just the best homeless person in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do I know this person?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think you run around Lake Underhill.
This was your homeless dude?
Yeah, this is your trainer, your homeless trainer.
The one with the bad scapula?
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, it was a clavicle. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Kevin.
I still see that every time I wake up.
Yeah.
Every time I wake up, I go out to run, and he's like, oh, man, my shoulder's a little sore. Snapped my clavicle last night, and it's just looking right at me.
Oh no!
It's not easy to really focus on your 5K time. when you see a lightning bolt. Yeah, it was grotesque. However, he is the winner of the first ever Saucer.
Wow!
Wow!
Is he still around? Do you still see him out there?
I have not seen him in quite some time,
Yeah.
which is also why I gave him the award. I'll never forget the last thing I ever said to him, which was, "See you later, Mike." That's what I said. It was a moment.
Yeah. Did you put him in memory just in case?
Well, I just really hope that I see him as I run the
There
next
you go.
time, so I can let him know about the award. As I'm running by, going, "Congratulations!
Right, you're a Oscar winner.
You won this Oscar."
Yeah, it'll take him 18 laps to fully explain it.
Right, yeah. He won't be able to lift it because of that. He won't be able to lift it
That's
because of
what
that
Mike
bad
does.
arm. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's what Mike does. That's what Mike does. But that is all going down on episode 46. My son is awesome. He's still huge. What?
You're
else?
writing Fringe.
I'm
I talked to you.
Writing my.
We talked about, I don't know, half an hour or so the other night about a couple of your Fringe bits, which I'm really looking forward to. You had a couple winners in there, big dog.
I'll tell you one thing right now. I think you got yourself a writer's credit. Jim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you said a joke on that phone call when we were talking about one of the sketches where I was like, "Oh, well, that's got to be in there." So there has to, at the very, be like a special thanks to Jim Colbert.
You do not have to do that, buddy. You do not have to do that. I would rather it be up front.
Tickets, baby. Don't look at this as a compliment.
I don't know if it's going to sell a ticket or not, Biggin. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was 100%. That joke that you threw down is absolutely in that bank robber sketch.
Oh, dude,
I said bank robber.
that's awesome.
That was a small little whatever.
That's going to be funny. Look, man, I think all the sketches you threw for me are damn good, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Ross, I think someone got the point that that Jimmy definitely didn't get. Let's see if you agree with this texter who texted this in at 77031. Point guard, Sonic the Hedgehog. Center, Jolly Green Giant. Power forward, Anthony Bourdain. Forward, Ramen Noodles. Guard, Sam Kinniston.
That's honestly fantastic. The only thing I would have changed, I would have still gone with Flubber as a shooting guard, and I had Winston Churchill as my center.
There you go.
Tonight at 8 o'clock, it's Good Sauce with Ross, Renato, and Joel. It's a good time, as always. The Saucers tonight. So tune in at 8 o'clock. And again, if you miss it or want to hear it again, you can get it on the iHeartRadio app. Just search for Good Sauce. And any stand-up coming up for you, big dog?
I do have stand-up. It's going to be happening. I know I'm supposed to have that off rip, but they're all like kind of post-June right now because it's all Fringe focused.
Got it.
And then also Orlando City as well. But I'll still be doing drop spots over at Don't Tell Comedy and still working on some new material.
Very nice. But you can follow him at rosspadgettcomedy.com and find out all the information of where he's going to be and everything like that. Good and loud for our buddy Ross Padgett.
Yay! Got a haircut.
Woo! Looking good.
It's so sad. It's not a haircut. It's just natural oil sinking it down.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We'll see you soon. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. There's a new prototype Publix coming to Polk County and a new TikTok challenge. We'll talk about both of those next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Emergency crews are clearing up a crash on State Road 434 eastbound at Maitland Boulevard. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways tonight on I-4 westbound between Osceola Parkway and through that World Drive area. On Florida's Turnpike at the Ramp Junction where it meets State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills out there, guys. Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. All of those simply amazing. The Napoleon grill is one of the greatest things ever. I mean, every square inch of that thing is really super hot. But you can also check out the new lineup of Traeger Woodridge grills, Napoleon Prestige, and Rogue models as well. But they also have pizza ovens, Uni and Gosney, so much fun. They even have places to sit and check out with outdoor furniture from Polywood. Everything you could possibly want in furniture does not fade in the Florida sun, made from recycled plastic, virtually indestructible. And they even have service techs specializing in grills to help you with any repair or warranty issue. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
I'm Jeff. I got a call that my wife Katie was in a bad car accident and was airlifted to Shands Hospital. When I got there, she was in surgery for a brain injury. She's had a long recovery. We needed an attorney. Our close friends recommended Glenn Klausman. Glenn Klausman was available 24/7 to help. We've been blessed by my wife's recovery. The results from Glenn Klausman's efforts were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney for us. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718, KLAUSMAN law.com, office Winter Park.
Love, love, love this stuff. I was completely amazed and so grateful. Something finally worked. Now we both use Blue Emu whenever we need relief.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Sentinel Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
So cool, thank you.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure, but your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Freeform Radio and Alternative Rewind.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
You are.
Hey guys, hey Jimmy, just as you asked how long it takes for a bullet to drop at that distance from that shot. Well, it drops exactly the same speed as if you were to drop the bullet from that height. So whether you fire the bullet through a barrel or you drop it from the floor, it will fall exactly the same rate. Check it out.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, brother Jim. Yeah, one time that 1.5 mile shot was the record, but actually another Canadian sniper who's unnamed broke that record at 3,500, a little over 3,500 yards, which is actually 2.2 miles. It was done in Iraq, and the weapon he used was a Macmillan TAC 50. Shoots a 50 caliber round. That's the latest record. Aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, so I'm usually used to being disappointed in Jim, but Deborah, no Space Jam ever?
No.
If I was a nun, I would rack you on the knuckles with a ruler.
Easy, buddy.
You gotta watch that. You are going to love that movie, Deb. Big T out.
Yeah, as much as you're. I mean,
Hey! Not even since you haven't seen it either.
But that's one of those things.
No,
like
no.
That's a live action / cartoon thing, is it not?
Yeah. If it's animated, Deb, that you lead that category.
Yeah, no, it's basketball. It's half animated, half real.
Yeah, like it's like Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah, but that was a classic.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how do you know this isn't? Wait, matter of fact,
it's got
this
basketball.
is a classic.
How long ago? That was like back in the 90s,
It
early
was
90s.
so great, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. I mean, why would you watch it?
So the three of us have not seen.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch
No.
it. I'm not going to watch Space Jam.
Now,
I'm sorry.
Spaceballs
That's
is hilarious.
I
Come on, the Danish is on the side of the head.
It's good. It's not the best Mel Brooks.
I think here's the thing. That's really unfair. Because I couldn't look at it on its own as a comedy. I have to measure it against other Mel Brooks movies, and it's not even close.
No, Blazing Saddles is always going to take that.
Young Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. Boom, boom.
Yeah, there's so many good ones.
High anxiety.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There is Deb, and Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
You know, Publix is on one. By the way, that story we talked about last week, just now making national news about the Publix situation with their scales and their pricing being wacko over in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
That was national news today on the AP and some other places. This one is not. We also talked about the Publix the other day that had a boat dock.
Yeah.
That one was in Boca.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, Boca Raton.
But apparently Texans are saying there's a couple of them with boat docks.
Yeah, there were a couple of them.
Oh, Winn-Dixie, I guess, that had a boat dock over on like Brevard or Volusia.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what somebody had texted when we talked about it last time.
There's a new prototype Publix store coming to, they call Central Florida. Is Polk County still Central Florida?
I think so.
Yeah.
But do you think, when I say Central Florida, you go, oh, yeah, that includes Polk County. Do you automatically say that? I don't.
No.
It's the Tri-County area. Kissimmee, it's Orange, Seminole, and Osceola County.
Oh, no. I would definitely include Brevard and Volusia.
Would you really?
Definitely Brevard, 100%.
That's coastal Florida, though, is it not?
East Central Florida.
Yeah.
In fact, they have a college called East Central Florida.
And Volusia County as well.
Yeah.
If you're all those bedroom communities of like DeBerry that travel to Orlando to work.
Lake
so I
counts.
guess if you look at it like Florida being long, you separate it like across the state. So anything in that swath across the state, well, that would include Tampa then.
Well, it used to be that the Tri-County area was Central Florida, but then that Tri-County area became a place where you couldn't afford to live anymore.
Right.
So now you may work in Orlando, but now you have to live in Polk County.
Hold up. Let me hold on for a sec. Shouldn't the Central Florida thing be a mileage issue? Because you're telling me Tampa is Central Florida?
No, that would be the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with the East Coast? It's the same thing, guys.
No, we're a lot closer to the East Coast.
Yeah, but I mean, okay,
And
how
they
much
count
closer?
in our listenership, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, but that's not my point. My point, so is Brooksville, which is dead left of here, or dead west of us on Highway 50, but it's almost to Tampa, but not quite there. Is that Central Florida?
No, I would say Brooksville is in which county? Sumter?
Is Daytona Central Florida?
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Brevard is an easy yes for me.
Okay, because you have a connection there. But let me ask you.
No, they are Central Florida.
No. So if you go to downtown Orlando, Orange and Central, or Orange and Church, can we call that the epicenter of downtown Orlando?
Sure.
If you were to take a line and draw it from there, how many miles do you have to go out of that before you're out of Central Florida? in any direction. Am I in Central Florida in Eustis? Is she in Central Florida in Mount Dora?
Yes. Yes. That's our listening area.
I didn't say that's
no,
a totally
anger.
question.
No,
I'm not mad.
That's exactly what I think of Central Florida as our listening area, and it's a big circle that starts in Bithlo.
All right.
It covers the whole East Coast. It covers Daytona, but is a little shy of St. Augustine.
St. Augustine is not Central Florida.
It's not.
Daytona
It's shy.
Is,
Daytona is. But then it gets to that nebulous northwest region. No one quite knows what happens up there.
But
Mount Dora is in it. Eustis is in it.
But just because our signal gets there doesn't mean it's Central Florida.
It's a circle. You want something with the perfect radius? It would be a circle, right?
You sound the both of you sound insane.
I'd say Polk County is in almost Ybor City. You can see it. You can see it from Tamlando,
Lakeland,
or Lampa.
Is Lakeland in Central Florida?
Yeah. Why are we asking this?
I just want to know. I'm just trying to get a parameter of what we consider Central Florida.
Kissimmee,
All right.
St. Cloud, yes.
So in Polk County, there's a prototype Publix. It's coming to Central Florida. You know, Central Florida, the dead center of Florida, Polk County.
But I'm not angry. I'm not angry
I'm
about
not
anything.
angry. I just find it interesting that you guys think that that's Central Florida.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound angry.
Public spokesperson Hannah Herring told News 6 that the store...
You can't even say her name without sounding angry. Hannah Herring.
It's Hannah
Why
Herring.
do people think I'm angry all the time? How did I get this reputation? Damn it!
I'm not even mad about it. I can't believe that you guys think that those areas are Central Florida when it's clearly not Central Florida. It's not. Do they include that when they go to the news? When you go to news and you're watching the news tonight, right? And they say it's a Central Florida story. Do you automatically think, oh, out of Tampa? They don't call it.
Not Tampa.
Not even Lakeland.
Tampa's its own thing.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
That's Southwest Central Florida. Melbourne's East Central Florida.
Somebody says they get the station in Gainesville. Is that Central Florida? That's Northwest Florida, right?
That's North Central Florida.
That's not North Central Florida. You sound like a maniac.
Jack. Keep going, Jack.
You literally sound like a crazy person.
That's
going,
North
Jack.
by Northwest Central Florida.
Somebody's saying Brevard is in Central Florida.
Bravo.
I guess. I don't know. So do they consider, like, when you say the Space Center, do they call that coastal Florida, or do they say in Central Florida the Kennedy Space Center? Is the Kennedy Space Center in Central Florida? Is the cruise terminal in Central Florida?
What answer is going to make you happy? Let's just start there.
It has nothing to do with me being happy. I'm just asking a question. Is Cape Canaveral in Central Florida?
Yeah, it's in East Central Florida.
Okay, there you go. So many of the stores in this Publix are going to be pretty nuts. I don't know. Look, I've not seen one of these yet.
Where is it? Is it in Central Florida?
It's in Wesley Chapel, Central Florida, just outside of Bumby there. I think just on the end of Bumby there.
Wesley Chapel is closer to Tampa.
Yeah, it is Tampa. I was being facetious.
Okay.
Yeah, Lakeland, Florida store under construction. It says they're going to have a bar in this thing, a Publix with taps and a wine bar. Do we already have one of those that has that?
I believe the one downtown near Delaney Park used to have. Well, that was the one with the dry cleaner, the bookstore, the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
I love that Publix.
This one's going to have. This one is going to have a pores section, which means it basically has a bar. Other stores in the shopping center, that's just what's going to be in the shopping center, which are stereotypical. You have nail salons and Jimmy John's and stuff.
Not
not in the Publix.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
No, not in the Publix. But they are going to have. They're going to have a pores section where you can go and get a drink.
Where you can have a glass while you're doing your shopping?
That's right. Or a beer. They're going to have a section where you can get a burrito bowl, like a deli, pizzas, pizza oven where you can get a custom-made, like handmade, hand-tossed pizza right there from them.
Nice.
You can get a smoothie. You can get an acai bowl. Grab a drink, sip while you shop. There you go.
Is that a Publix?
At a Publix.
Are they selling any of this stuff by weight? Because I don't know, there's a little,
Hey, my margarita was cheaper in College Park. And then the other thing that Deb sent me today that we can talk about real quick is this. Now, again, I'm not on TikTok, so I don't see any of the challenges anymore, but there's another TikTok challenge out. And this one, when I just say it, people that have anxiety issues are going to clench up, and it's going to take a half an hour to come unglued from this.
Oh, no, I'm one of those people.
Yeah. TikTok is back with another absurd travel trend. And this time, you'll risk missing your flight if you decide to try it. It's called the airport theory, and the trend is gaining traction. Supporters are challenging the recommendation to arrive at the airport 2 hours before a domestic flight.
I kind of like this.
And 3 hours before an international flight.
Right.
TikTokers are strolling up to the airport late, clearing all the airport hurdles with just 15 or 20 minutes to spare.
No, thank you.
Even the reporter says this harebrained idea has amassed millions of views on TikTok. One user tried it at Hartsfield Jackson in Atlanta. That's, I think, the busiest in the entire world, actually. He cleared TSA pre-check, took a tram to his terminal, and made it to the gate in under 15 minutes. His video has 3.6 million views. But what he doesn't say is this other girl tried it. She's simply like rolling through the airport, sipping her cold coffee. And she walks up to the gate where her flight to Mexico is about to happen, and it says, flight full.
Is this the one at Miami International Airport where they got arrested, one threw coffee in the one of the flight airline workers' faces?
It doesn't mention that, but that's got to be what it is. That's got exactly what it is, because they were like, "Oh, the flight's closed," and they tried to like fight the people.
They did. They just rolled up late to their flight and just expected to step on it. I'll bet you they were trying that TikTok trend.
It says, "Yeah, that's not good." Obviously,
No.
It says there are cases where the airport theory might work at smaller airports with fewer travelers on less busy travel days and at highly efficient airports. But however, it is a massive gamble that if you show up, long security lines, staff shortages, anything could sideline this entire thing. And why the hell you would do that? Just reading that makes me crazy. If I had to fly to Jacksonville, I'd be there 6 hours early. I'm telling you, I am so crazy about missing flights and stuff. I have this weird anxiety about that. I don't have that much about anything, but man, going to the airport and being on time, I freak out about it.
I do too, because it's literally throwing away money if you miss your flight.
Yeah, because I don't. Well, you can transport. No, I think you have to buy a new flight.
It would depend on the circumstances, but if you're there late, they're not going to say, "Oh, well, we'll just comp you."
Many others have tried this trend. A couple did it. One had pre-check, the other one didn't. They tried it. Took them almost 20 minutes to get through. The moral of the story is they didn't fly. Stupid. God, that's so stupid. I could never do that.
Oh.
I would be a complete basket case. I would never even try it. I would never. Look, I got to a meeting today 15 minutes early, and I was 5 minutes away from it. I'm not kidding. I got a meeting today for the restaurants to do the boozy brunch thing today, and I did Tom and Dan this morning, and their studio is, and I'm not joking, I could run from their studio to this place I had this meeting in a minute, and I sat outside the door so I was not to be late.
Well, yeah, because who wants the anxiety of that?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Deb, you got some, you heard it here first for us?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Governor DeSantis calling for an extension of a vaccine mandate ban. Good news, Novo Nordisk is going to offer a weight loss drug at a reduced price.
Oh, nice. Is it a semaglutide?
And Jackie and Shadow are parents again.
Yay, what?
We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
You got our we'll take a little break, come back, do You Heard It Here First, and get the hell out of here on a Wednesday.
Woo.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, obviously, we've got some rain around the region, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. You know, the thing about this weather is that it's been so windy today that these storms could produce some winds over 50, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. So they could get briefly strong, might bring down a few tree limbs. Otherwise, our early highs near 80 will drop into the 70s. Rain clearing out by this evening. That'll make way for some cooler weather tomorrow. Highs close to 70. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but Orlando is rated as a top 10 real estate market here in Central Florida. Florida is a top state buying and selling in 2025. And when you have a home in Central Florida, you're in good shape, because I don't care what you hear about the real estate business elsewhere. Here in Central Florida, houses still selling for record prices. And that, my friends, is why you need a skilled group of realtors handling your biggest investment out there. That is the Nickley Group. These guys are awesome. #1 real estate team in all of Central Florida. They sell more homes than everyone. One about every 9 hours, 4,000 plus 5-star reviews with 4,500 homes sold right here in Central Florida. And they sell homes for about 6% more than their competitors, and they sell those homes twice as fast as well. Their VIP program gets you in front of the most qualified buyers out there. So look, when you get these guys on your team, you are fast passing your way into a sale that is going to give you the most money for your investment. The VIP buyers program is incredible. Free appraisal, free home warranty, free moving trucks and supplies. Love it or leave it guarantee. You simply can't lose with the Nickley Group. They are great. Hop online and get with these guys. If you have a home that you need to sell, or if you're looking for that dream home, the Nickley Group can help you. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Daytona Bike Week is back. February 28th through March 9th. There's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, free demo rides and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally. It all culminates Saturday, March 8th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of March. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car. And now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com Big Cash Giveaway. Give Me The Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Sell us your car to increase your odds of winning big cash. No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical, Disney's The Lion King. And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
Don't miss The Lion King, returning to Dr. Phillips Center April 23rd through May 18th. Visit drphillipscenter.org to get your tickets now.
Florida just got its own local currency, the Florida Goldback, and you can get one for free. Goldbacks look like cash, but they're made of pure 24-karat gold, so they resist inflation and preserve your purchasing power. To celebrate the launch of this local currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents only while supplies last. Claim your free Florida Goldback before they're gone at freegoldback.com and get it delivered to your Florida address absolutely free.
May the luck of the Irish be with you on the $50,000 March into Mystery Weekend at Orange City Racing and Kart Club. Join us on March 14th for the $15,000 Guaranteed Deep Stack Tournament. Come back on March 15th for the $10,000 Guaranteed Pot Limit Omaha Tournament. And find your pot of gold on March 16th with the $25,000 Mystery Bounty Tournament. Be there for all the action.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Looking ahead on Real Radio tomorrow on The Monsters. It's a Thursday. That means Daisy Del Toro will be joining the crew. Also for Triple R Trivia, your chance to win tickets to Universal Studios. Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, if I was to take another citizenship from another country, definitely Switzerland. They have some of the best snowboarding and skiing in the world. I want a piece of that. Big T out.
When it comes to countries that I would live in if I could tomorrow, it would be Switzerland. Easy. I have family there, so I've been blessed to be able to visit it many times, and it's obviously picturesque and just absolutely gorgeous, but it's not part of the EU. It's surrounded by multiple countries, France, Italy, Germany, Luxembourg. So you have all those different cultures, languages, and foods that you're exposed to and have access to, and it's really central to get anywhere else in Europe.
One of the most expensive places on earth to live, actually. I believe 2 of the top 10 cities on the planet that are the most expensive to live are right there in Switzerland.
But so pretty and such good chocolate.
Yeah, for sure. Austria is beautiful as well.
Mm-hmm. And we got on this because you're looking for places to bug out to.
No, I'm not.
You got to go.
No.
If you have to leave.
Jesse Eisenberg got dual citizenship to Poland today, so I posed that question a little bit earlier.
Finland or Norway.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That wouldn't be
Norway.
bad either, Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is right over there. Oh, excuse me. Deb's here. Jack is over there. I thought we were doing the other news. I apologize. I do it the other way. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have, let's see, Danny is in to tell us what's happening this weekend. Supposed to have a beautiful weekend of weather coming up as this cold front kind of moves through. It's going to be gorgeous going into the weekend. Glenn Klausman in for Colbert Courts.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have tomorrow? I think that's it. And then we're just going to sit here and look at each other, I think.
Aww.
Dig it.
We'll have some cool stuff to talk about, some more
Got to
prizes.
do my taxes on Saturday.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm going to be looking at a car.
Really?
But there's a disappointed look on her face.
Yeah, are you sacrificing or
No.
Settling?
It seems, Yeah, it seems like you're settling.
Oh, that's a settling.
No. It's blue.
Oh, it's a blue car. See, you got a blue car.
You want a red one though, don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go get a red one?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you don't. Are you under a timeline? By the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here.
No, not at all. And I didn't realize how picky I was until going through this process.
Oh, we could have told you.
Really?
Yeah.
So, do you have a specific model you're looking at, like a make and model?
Outside of the Honda Prelude. Right, Jack?
I looked at the new Honda Prelude that's coming out. Hasn't been out yet.
Yeah.
It's a sharp looking
My
ride.
God, is that going to be a beautiful car? But with the tariffs and everything.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is be practical, right? Get a good car now that I love. If by chance I can get the Prelude, I'll have a car with much better trade-in value. If I can't, then I still have a really nice car.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to go S because I'm looking at like a Honda Civic. It turns out they don't make the coupe anymore.
No, they don't. It's the 4-door one.
I hate doing this kind of research online only to find out that you really have to put boots on the ground at a dealership, it seems like.
And trying to find one with a 5-speed. I can't imagine that's going to be any good.
No, I mean, like I said, when I went to Honda of Leesburg, we pulled up on that lot, and the first 2 brand new cars I saw had a moonroof and 5-speed.
Wow.
Honda's still going to stick with the 5-speed.
Yeah, it's probably why they're still on the lot. But
you're right.
They're beautiful,
when I had a Honda, it was a 5-speed as well. It's a little more common with them.
Yeah. Well, that's the best. They're the best cars made in the world. And when you look at the cars that have the highest resale value that last the longest, when you look at that list, I'm not kidding. If you go to it right now, it's every model of Toyota, I think.
Right.
2 Hondas and the F-150. That's what I think the top 10, with the highest resale value that lasts the longest, those cars do it. Those particular vehicles.
I just love me my Hondas.
Yeah, that's fine. 407-916. Toyota make Corolla Also a good vehicle
yeah.
that is, I think, a little bit cheaper than Honda's.
Yeah, they are. It comes in a little cheaper than Honda, but it goes Corolla, then Camry,
Right.
and the Crown.
Right.
Camry, Corolla would be great if it was, like I was thinking, if it was for my daughter, I would say Corolla. It's a little smaller, but the Camry, that hybrid Camry, that was a fun car. I love
And
that
it's a beautiful,
car.
the new ones are absolutely,
Yeah.
and they look like race cars, dude.
Yeah.
They're really
Oh,
good.
they do.
All
Jack's
right.
car is a good-looking car.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking car.
No, it's a great-looking car.
Jim doesn't like
It's a
it.
dad child car.
You think
A
so?
little bit of a dad car.
He does. I get major compliments on it, but Jim always throws shade at it.
Oh, get out of here. Let's do you heard it here first. I do, though. You're right. I'm gonna
style.
throw that again.
Are you sure you like that?
Ass is a little high, if you ask me.
You heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Governor Ron DeSantis wants lawmakers to extend a ban on mandates to get the COVID-19 and other mRNA vaccines, which is set to expire in June.
Endorsing making these protections permanent. You should not be forced to take an mRNA shot.
Speaking in Tampa, the governor says if the law expires, it would allow private businesses and schools to resume mRNA mandates. All right, the makers of weight loss drug Wegovy will begin offering the drug directly to patients at a reduced cost. Pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk announced today it's starting NovoCare Pharmacy, a program that'll offer direct-to-patient sales to underinsured or uninsured customers. The program will sell Wegovy for a mere $499 per month to customers paying cash. But that's an amount much less than the list price of over $1,300.
I was going to say it's more than half. That's less than half price. 'Cause I heard it was $1,200 a month for the semaglutide plans, whether it be Wegovy or Ozempic.
Well, this comes a week after Eli Lilly cut the price of its popular weight loss drug, Zepbound. And then finally, Big Bear's famous bald eagles, Jackie and Shadow, are parents again. You've been seeing it all over the TV today. One of their 3 eggs in their nest hatched shortly after 11 o'clock Monday night, a pip. The first sign of hatching appeared on the egg on Sunday afternoon. Jackie and Shadow soon became parents to 2 eaglets. On Monday, a pip could be seen on the second egg via the 24/7 live-streamed camera monitoring the nest. The second eaglet hatched soon after. Now, as for the third egg, it hasn't shown any signs of hatching yet, but it's only 34 days old, and it is younger than the other 2, so another chick may debut a little later.
All right.
The growing eagle family lives in a tree how many feet above the forest near Big Lake in California?
75.
Jack?
80.
145 feet.
Oh,
Damn.
I nailed it.
That's a hell of a
above the
tree.
forest near Big Bear Lake. This is the first time one of their eggs has hatched since 2022.
Oh, be damned.
Why didn't you tell me about them? I'm watching these eagles over in Captiva. We can watch these guys.
We can tomorrow, but
These guys getting rained and snowed on. It's fun.
it is. They're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb. Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank the fantastic Billy Gibbons, frontman for ZZ Top. Again, if you missed that interview today, which Jimmy and Jack have been getting all kinds of accolades for, you can get that at JimColbertLive.com. Also want to thank Emily Geist, Chloe Fawcett, and Coconut, the Amazon milk frog from the Central Florida Zoo, Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, Ross Padgett from Good Sauce with Ross and Joel on at 8 o'clock tonight, and last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thank you, guys. Jack, question of the day.
Oh, yeah. When do you usually eat dinner? Your choices were between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, or after 7.
Between 6 and 7 is the leader at 54%.
Yeah, it is not. I will tell you, at 5%, we do not have a lot of early birds in our YouTube chat.
Okay.
So 4 to 5 p.m. was 5%. At second, and then at third place is 5 to 6 p.m. at 26%. And then a dead heat between 6 to 7 or after 7, both at 34%.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're all after 7.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
are,
exactly.
for sure. All right, again, coming up tomorrow, it's Danny Meyering and Glenn Klausman. Pleasure. Call Sex and Talk Bags. More cool stuff to give away as well. Let's get the hell out of here.
Look at those beautiful eagles.
Yeah. On behalf of Devin Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning. After us, it's Tom Dan with the Corporate Time, Good Sauce, and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
And go put some hump in your day. Bye.
Hey, my little darling baby.
If missed any part of